everybody. Hey, everybody. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Look, it's like Sunday night, Monday morning, Monday afternoon. It's like, it's Miller time. No, it's time for the RageSelect podcast. Right here on RageSelect. Hey, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mike.
Michael, we have an interesting story this week. I
Oh,
looked at the
okay.
news and I was like, we've kind of got an interesting through line. Like, it's not necessarily the news potpourri. It's not necessarily like a conference or anything. We've got an interesting story to tell about the state of the video game industry through a series of horrific news stories full of horror and destruction. So
it is October for that, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very scary.
It's the spooky season.
Yes.
Saudis.
Yeah. So what is that? What is that going to mean? You'll find out in just a minute. But before we get to that, Michael, I was really excited last week because that new VHS movie came out.
I forgot that was happening.
VHS Halloween came out last week, like after the podcast.
Oh, so that
was
is
recorded.
a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw somebody talking about it.
And I was excited because the Too Many Cooks guy did the rapper for it.
Really?
Yeah. And I like that guy. Like, I like the
yeah.
holiday Yule log.
That guy has a lot of fun making weird, unsettling shit.
Yeah. And so I watched it, and that one was pretty good. And I think for the first time in a while, I kind of just universally hated all the rest of them. Like, I was just
That's the thing I've heard about.
I didn't really like it. And there was one that was really like, there was a lot of, they do a thing with some, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but they did something where I was just like, I mean, but why? Ew, gross. Like, I don't know. Some of them were, there was one that seemed really cheap. There was one that was like really by the numbers.
Oh.
There's one that was just kind of like, oh, gross. I don't like that.
Well, how many have they made up until this point?
There's like 8 or 9, I think.
I feel like this is just what happens when you get past a certain point.
I mean,
especially with people don't know how to make anthologies anymore. Is the other thing,
right?
Like when people make anthologies now, they're just like, it's just got to be somewhere sort of spooky.
Yeah,
not really understanding that sometimes there's themes to the ones that they're doing, and then a lot of people don't know how to make anything short anymore. That's the other problem.
Yep. So I watched it and I was like, man, I could bitch about this, but I don't really want to. Like, I'm just not really interested. So I went online and I did a search for just like, hey man, what are some interesting movies that nobody talks about? And I got into some Reddit threads and I found a couple that were on Netflix and I watched them, and it turns out they were both really good. They're both from last year.
Oh.
And the first one is called It's What's Inside. Now, I want to be
the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, I want to be clear that, like, I don't think either of these movies are just like the best thing I've ever seen,
but they're good for what they are. Is what you're saying.
They're good for what they are. I'd never heard about them before, and they were worth watching. So, It's What's Inside was a really interesting little movie where it's about a bunch of people who, they were like a friend group, and then they like grew apart, and one of them was getting married, and so they're all kind of coming back together for one big raucous night of partying before, and like, one of their friends that's been missing for a long time shows up with this box, and I'm going to say like what the basic thing is, because I think that some people probably won't even watch this unless they know a little bit more than what I did. Just be coy and catty from here on out.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to know that, skip forward like 10 seconds. But like, the thing that he does is he brings in this box. Everybody hooks these electrodes up to their box, to their head. He hits this button, and everybody switches bodies.
Wait, I do know about this movie.
Yeah.
And I actually do know what happens in it.
Yes.
And I don't know how I don't even remember how I found out what about it.
Yeah.
And how I know what the story is.
Yes.
Because I never saw it, but I know of this.
And yeah, so then it's just like, it's kind of a social horror movie where then like you've got like identities are all mixed up, and like people that are attracted to certain bodies, and is it cheating if your mind is in a place. It was really good. It was like it's like an hour and 45 minutes. It was really like flashily kind of put together. I think the only other thing that this director did was unfortunately like the Cowboy Bebop show.
You know what? That's, I just remember how I found out about it. It was also Reddit.
Oh, okay.
I found a subreddit called Top Character Tropes, and it was one of those tropes where they're like, people switch bodies for specific reasons.
Yeah.
And it ended up telling me like the whole plot in the comment that I found.
Yeah.
And I got curious, so I looked it up to find out even more about it. And yeah, it sounded fascinating. I'm glad it turned out to be a good movie, though.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, I kind of went into it sight unseen. Like, I looked it up, and it had like a medium rating, like medium high rating, and it was from October of last year. So,
that's crazy. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, and if you got Netflix, I highly recommend watching it because it was just like a good time. It was interesting. It moved along. The characters were fun. They had some interesting ways that they did cinematography of putting like split screens and weird color stuff, because it turns out the house they're in was like one of the characters' moms, and she was an artist, and so that's why the house looked so weird, is because it was like part where she lived and part art installation.
Oh, just random shit she would put in.
Yeah, and so it's got all these weird like props and stuff.
Real quick before we go on, if anybody knows a huge group of friends they haven't seen for a very long time, and one of them shows up acting very weird with something very mysterious, you stay the fuck away from those things. Is all I have to say. There's too many movies that do that shit.
Yeah. The other one was called Orion in the Dark. I think more people might know about this one.
This one I also heard of.
A CG movie.
This one was very well received at the time.
Yeah. Very CG movie about a kid who's afraid of everything, but he's most afraid of the dark. And then one night when he goes to bed, the dark shows up to basically try to like get him to be less afraid of the dark. Wacky hijinks ensue. But what I didn't know about this was that it's written by Charlie Kaufman.
Yes. That's the reason I know about this one, because we have a bunch of friends that are like big cinephile nerds.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them are huge fans of Charlie Kaufman. Mm-hmm. And my old roommate was actually, I think he met Charlie Kaufman at a screening of this somewhere, if I remember correctly. But I've heard really good things about it.
It was very good. It had some really interesting, like, it starts off as a very straightforward movie, and then at a certain point it starts to get kind of weirdly meta, like weirdly Charlie Kaufman storytelling. Like, it could have just been a very easy movie, right? Like,
that's the thing. When you describe it, it sounds like something Pixar would have made,
right?
Or an old Disney thing. And usually when those are made, they're very straightforward. It's like, and then I became friends with the dark, and we high-fived and we played basketball or some shit. But when DreamWorks or other people make them, if the creators of them have weird ideas, they will go in that direction. They won't walk up to him going, look, I think we should do this because it's nicer and more kid friendly. And they'll be like, yeah, whatever the fuck you want, let's do this shit. You want that kid to lose a leg at the end of this movie? Fuck that shit. Yeah, let's do that shit.
So it was interesting because, like I said, it was well put together for the first section. I was like, oh, I see where this is going, and then it was like, oh, we took a little bit of a swerve, and it wasn't a huge swerve. It was like I'll be honest, it was like a Meet the Robinsons level of swerve. Not
I'm a
like
big fan of that movie too.
Not like an adaptation swerve or anything. It wasn't like
that's good. Yeah, Meet the Robinsons is great about that swerve, so that makes me interested in this more.
Yeah, it was really good. It was totally worth watching. It's on Netflix if you already got Netflix. Both of those are on Netflix. It's definitely not worth getting Netflix for either one of these. Like, they're not fucking Oscar award winners or anything, but they were good. They were fun and they were worth watching, and that's all I'm looking for these days. So yeah, it's What's Inside and Orion in the Dark. I don't know, man. If you've already seen them, maybe let us know down in the comments what you thought about them. If not, and you watch them, maybe come and tell me I'm full of crap. Like, I don't want to build it up. Like, that's the last thing I want to do is build them up, because I went to both these with zero expectations, and I was just pleasantly surprised by both of them. So
yeah, and I heard really, really good things about the second one. Yeah. The first one I stumbled on an accident, the same way Jeff did, but I didn't see it, so I'm glad to find out the actual movie itself works out. Yeah. Because it's hard to tell with those.
Yep. What about you, Michael? Watch anything good? Play anything good?
The new season of Bob's Burgers has started.
Oh, has it?
They're up to season 16 now. They've been renewed for another like 2 or 3 seasons.
Uh-huh.
So this show is doing very well. And they reached, I want to say it's their 300th. If not, it's their 200th episode.
Holy crap.
They've been gone. I remember when I had friends being like, well, there's no way that show is going to last very long.
Sure.
Because the guy who made the show is one of the guys who helped make, home movies and all those things.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And he's not known for shows for going on very long.
Right.
Type of thing. And so when he helped make the show, because I know he's not the main creator, but he worked on it as well.
The Brendan guy?
Yeah, because there's a lot of references to his work in that show, here and there, because I think he's friends with like the person who's like the creator, and so he helped get some of that stuff off the ground, which is one of the reasons John H. Benjamin did the main character. But yeah, what's great about the newest episode, the beginning of the new episode, is that it's the origin of the restaurant itself.
Oh, that's I've been seeing clips about that.
Yeah, because the story is that like it's Bob is trying to figure out if he wants to raise prices on the burgers because they've been around for so long. Because when you look at the prices, they're really cheap. It's like $5-6 for a burger.
Yep.
And I'm like, if that's how cheap a burger is,
I'd be the Teddy. I'd be there every day.
I'd be that, and everything else is really cheap too. And I'm like, I'd be there fucking every goddamn day.
Yep.
And so he's like nervous about changing things. Actually, that's 300 because I see the sign there.
Oh yeah.
I think they're at 301 now technically, but and so while that's happening, the kids are like, well, we're going to make an album about a guy who makes a burger restaurant and if his wife wants to deal with that shit, basically.
Okay.
And he's like, are you sure you want to write that? He's like, yeah, sure. And so they're singing the song and he's hearing it. And as he's hearing it, he's flashing back to when they decided to make the restaurant.
Okay.
Because it's just like he's at a dead end job. He's a chef in some random restaurant. And he's not having fun with it.
Sure.
His Linda works for like an insurance company as like their front desk person.
Sure.
And they're both just bored. They're just like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
And so the story is just about like,
well, don't tell me everything.
well, like I said, the story is about them just deciding,
yeah, I
want to do the restaurant. So you see them decide on it, where they get the money for it.
Yeah.
And like, and basically the first day this restaurant actually is open. And then by the end, like, you fully understand more of like, just how important this thing is to not just Bob himself, because you always just assume that it was all Bob doing everything, but you realize it was a partnership that has continued to be a partnership, and it's a super sweet episode. They got Jack Black to do the ending end credit song for it as well, so it's like a 30-second song, so it's not super long.
Yeah,
and so it was a huge amount of fun. The second episode came out. Well, it's every Sunday, so I watched the second episode. It was about Bob's sister trying to figure out what to do about like an art installation, and she realizes that she feels sad that she's single still. She's like, my art installation is that I've been banging these two art guys, and I'm going to, and it's like, and you know what? I'm going to marry one of them as an art thing. Yeah. And they're like, well, is this like as an art thing or like real life? And like, it's art, but also real life. Yeah. So it's both. And so the episode's about Linda just being like, I don't think this is a good idea, and her being like, fuck you, it's for art. Sure. Type of thing. And it's a very Gale episode, and it's really funny. Okay. And it shows to me that like Bob's Burgers is still got it, in my opinion, this far in. It
hasn't gotten like goofy. Like the latest seasons that I've watched have felt very similar to early seasons that I've watched.
Yeah,
like,
they try never to go too far with their goofiness, and usually the farthest they ever get usually involves like
Mr. Fish Odor.
Yeah, it's always involving Mr. Fish Odor. The movie is the farthest they've ever gone when it's like, well, that's just kind of insane. But even then, it doesn't go that far. There's never a point where they're like, and then Bob had to fucking do a loop-de-loop on a thing or whatever to save the day. Like, actually, I remember one of the wackiest episodes, and it still makes me laugh. It's still a great episode, which is the one where there's a mechanical shark that falls down and is just like... is destroying the street. Like, and that's an unrealistic episode, but it's not unrealistic the way The Simpsons or Family Guy does, type of thing. Like, you can still see the groundedness somewhat in it. Yeah. And that's what Bob's Burgers does best. And the fact that the family clearly actually like each other. Yeah. Because I've watched so many of these shows for so long where the family are just like, well, I love everyone except for that guy, or that guy, or Homer's beating the shit out of Bart or some shit. Yeah, like it's just weird. But where Bob's Burgers is this wholesome, it stays wholesome the whole way through, even when it's not like even though it's not like the silliest thing ever. But it's silly in a fun, simplistic way, and it kind of works for that reason.
Sure. I mean, every time I'll watch like a series every day when I have lunch. Like I'll go between, it's usually like a bunch of old, like, it's like Parks and Rec and 30 Rock and Friends and fucking The Office and shit. It's just so every day I have something to watch, and every so often I'll get between them and I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to go catch up on whatever seasons of Bob's Burgers are left. Yeah. And it's always just been a good time. Like, I've never been really disappointed. And even if a Bob's Burgers episode is like not the greatest one I've ever seen, There's another one. There's another one. Here's another one.
And even the worst ones have like really funny jokes that just catch me the fuck off guard.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that bums me out is that his other show, because he has another show. He has a few other shows, but none of them ever lasted very long.
Yeah,
Central Park was one, but the other show that was starting to last long,
the North, Great North. Or something.
It was finally considered fully canceled. Recently because it didn't get renewed, which bummed me out because due to my girlfriend watching it over and over and over again.
Yeah,
I ended up going, you know what, I really like these characters. I can't wait till there's more of it. They're like, yeah, there's no, we're done, and it ended like a month or two ago, like at most. And they just didn't get renewed, and it sucks because
it looks like he was only the executive producer for that one, so it wasn't like the writer. It was like a kind of a spinoff. So
yeah, and it's got the very similar art style and stuff.
Yeah.
So did Central Park, which was the other one they made. Yeah, that's similar to it, but that one was like a musical. Okay. But no, I'm very happy Bob's Burgers is still around. The fact that Bob's Burgers got a movie, like an actual theatrical movie, before Family Guy is still shocking to me to this day.
Well, Family Guy sucks now. I hate Family Guy.
Oh no, it sucks. It sucks real bad. But I feel like of everyone, they could have gotten an actual movie, but they just didn't.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks it's because it would be too fucked up. I feel like Family Guy given a theatrical budget and theatrical promises would make something fucked up.
Man, I don't know. The last time I watched Family Guy, I was like, this isn't a fucking show anymore. Like, what I watched was like half an episode, and it didn't resolve, and it was like an art piece, and I was like, what am I fucking watching? Like, you did the setup, but then you just didn't finish, and like, the jokes weren't as good, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to American Dad. I'll watch American Dad all day long.
Family Guy's been real bad for a very long time. American Dad, though, also been solid the whole way through.
Yep.
And I think it's getting a new season. It's new season starting pretty soon if it hasn't. You know?
I would hope so. Okay, well, on to video game news, and we're going to start this week with something that I want everybody to keep in mind moving forward. We've had a few stories that are like this in the past, but this is the results of a study that was shared. The whole study isn't out yet, by Matt Piscatella at this like gaming research group. They did like a big survey where they were, just talking to gamers about their purchasing frequency, right? And what they found. So, okay, how many games would you say you buy a month, Michael?
That I buy a month?
Yeah, per month.
Okay.
How many games would you say you buy a year? I guess if not at least one a month.
Yeah, I don't do one a month the way I used to, mostly because of money reasons. But when my peak per year, I bought at least like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Probably.
Would you say that's where you're at right now, or
no? I've bought like 4 or 5 this year so far.
Okay.
That I know of. Yeah, that I can pinpoint. I bought 4 or 5 this year.
Okay.
And that's purely because there's some of them I haven't got around to buying yet.
You are a statistical outlier because according to Circana's Q3 2025 Future of Games, only 4% of U.S. video game players buy a new game more often than once per month, with a third of players not buying any games at all.
Wait, do games on sale count?
Probably.
Okay, then I'm at like 15. Sorry, I was thinking of like new games that came out this year.
Yeah. So that's what I find interesting, is that 33% of respondents were less often than once a year. Less than once a year.
This is exactly the reason why I have to keep explaining to people that the casual gamer doesn't give a shit about the war on woke or the war on right or whatever the fuck your thought process is.
Sure.
Or also the thought process of like, why do I need my barrels to have yellow X's on them so I know to break them?
Sure.
It's like, it's not because of you specifically, bro.
Yeah.
It's for the guy who buys less often than once a year, who doesn't really remember these things. They're playing Resident Evil on easy mode.
They're playing Fortnite.
They've missed so many small things that you noticed immediately.
They play Warzone, just Warzone over and over again.
I was reading, it was a Reddit post from that was about, not this specifically, but a guy being like, I forgot how casual gamers actually are.
Yeah.
Because it was like talking about, it was like, yeah, I met my friend's girlfriend who had played a game, but didn't really play them. and he had her play games that he was good at. So he had watched her play Clair Obscur on its easiest difficulty.
Sure.
She couldn't parry to save her life.
Of course.
She didn't know how to, like, she didn't see like pickups that you could see in areas. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I beat all these things on like the hardest thing. He's like, okay, so I switched her to something else. And it was like, It Takes Two. And it's like, these are easy platforming for me. And she had a lot of trouble with it.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, casual gamers are the most casual people in the world.
Sure.
And that's that's why this graph
but this is not
large.
This is not everybody though.
Yeah.
This is like amongst video game players.
Yeah.
So amongst people who even play video games, 1/3 of them less than one game a year. 12% about once a year, 18% about once every 6 months, 22% about once every 3 months, 10% about once a month, 4% more than once a month.
So me and you are in the 4% part.
I don't know, man. You told me you got 7 games. Like,
but the thing is, once I was like, well, what about games that are on sale or have been that I didn't buy recently?
Oh no, wait! It says how often do you purchase a new game?
Oh, new. Well, it could still be considered new, I guess. I don't know. I did buy like multiple. I also buy a lot of DLCs though too.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. I have bought a lot of DLC this year.
I want to know what percentage of people responded more than 3 a week, because that's where I am, and I think it's like 0.01% of the populace.
It's all streamers. Every single one of them is a streamer.
I don't even think streamers do that shit, Michael. I think streamers play one game. They buy Expedition 33 and then they play it for like 6 months on stream. Like they don't play Digimon Story Time Stranger for 1 hour and then like move on. They don't play a brand new $70 game for 90 minutes and then move on. I guess that's true. Like,
yeah, you are in a very different. You're even in a different spot than even those guys.
God, I'm in a different spot than IG fucking N, man. Like nobody does what I do.
I can't think of anyone else who does something like that.
Anyway. So when Matt Piscatella posted this, basically the conclusion here is he says, quote, hyper-enthusiast, price-insensitive players are really keeping things going, especially in the non-free-to-play gaming space, which I think is a really interesting thing to consider when you think about, like, last week's Game Pass stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you were already dealing with like the people that are in your hobby, like if you were to survey comic book enthusiasts, right? You call people up and you say, I want to do you read comic books? No. Okay, fine. And you're like, okay, how many comic books do you buy a year? And they were like less than 1 per year. You'd be like,
you'd be yikes.
Fuck.
You would say yikes pretty quickly.
Holy, I mean, I guess, free to play like is its own thing, because what was the stat last week? 75% of EA's revenue last year was just microtransactions.
Yeah, no, and that was a consistent thing. We would like Epic Games made like what fucking $8 billion on just microtransactions or some shit.
Yep. So you have to ask yourself, like, game companies keep raising the price, raising the budgets, creating more like titanically large projects, and they're trying to sell them to what, that 4%? 4% of gamers, not everyone. 4% of the people that are already interested in playing video games. You're trying to get that 4% to spend their hard-earned money on your brand new video game.
Yeah, the funny thing is that games are a weird paradox compared to movies.
Yeah.
Because movies, this happens all the time with movies, where like a franchise that did really well starts to do poorly and its returns start getting less, so they give them less money.
Right.
As they go on, so they make cheaper sequels, and so they can kind of keep that same profit.
Yeah.
Games are the opposite. For some reason, like say one of the Battlefields fails, instead of EA being like, well, maybe we should pull back, go back to basics. Mm-hmm. They're like, we need more pixels on that guy's ass type of thing.
Yep.
We need all of the features, and you're like, why though? Like, there's so many gamers that we realize that don't even need like half the shit that's in a game, that you could cut costs down immensely doing that, but they just keep adding unnecessary features to them, thinking that will keep the money train rolling on some of them.
I think it also shows. I think it also goes to show that trying to break into these forever game markets is just getting harder and harder and harder and harder to do, because like I think that you probably have more gamers that are interested in buying something like Clair Obscur once it's got 6 months worth of like buzz behind it.
Yeah.
Because the game they can play and then finish and then go back to playing Fortnite or Call of Duty or Minecraft or Madden or whatever game they've been playing for the last year that they're not getting another version of. So the idea that whenever a company is like, we're going to invest in the live service space, it's like, no wonder that shit is dying. This is like the end of the MMO craze where it's like, well, World of Warcraft won. So yeah, you're not getting in there. Like everybody that wants to play one of these is playing, already has one, and you are going to have a very dramatic value proposition in order to peel them off. Because even if your game is better, they've already got skins and achievements and a friends list and a playlist and a schedule, right? Like you got to learn a brand new free-to-play video game. So yeah. So I just want everybody to keep this in mind. 4%. 4% of gamers.
You know what games should start doing? The thing is what VOD movies do, which is that's the rent or buy option, and the rent is only like $10 cheaper than buying it at most. Mm-hmm. They should just start doing that to games. Like rent Spider-Man 2 for $60 instead of buying it for $70.
You know what? If somebody wasn't going to figure out a way to cheat that system, I think there's a lot of people who would actually be like, hey, Steam, I will give you $5 to play that Digimon game for like 3 hours to see if I like it. Instead of having to buy it and then refund it. Like, I'm cool with that, but most people don't even know you can do that.
Oh, yeah.
But the idea, if you could just go to your PlayStation and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give you $5 and I want to play that Battlefield game for like 2 hours total and then see if I like it. And then if I do, I'll give you the other $65 for it.
I know some PlayStation games did that for a bit.
That's free trials.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing that, though.
Yeah.
But I think you had to be a specific level for that.
I don't know. I can't keep track of what the levels are.
You guys should give rent options again.
Yeah. Anyway, so from there, we're going to talk about Xbox.
Okay.
Because last week we announced that Xbox pushed up the price of Game Pass to $30. Game Pass Ultimate to $30 from $20. That's the other thing. 25, guys. Like you gotta
increment that shit.
You know about the frog in the pot, right? You can't just fucking throw a road flare in the pot. The frog's gonna jump out, motherfucker. Like you gotta be $22, $23, $24, and then we'll all be like, ooh, this water is getting a little warm for me, but I'm getting used to it. It's fine.
Instead, you were chopping the carrots in front of them, trying to figure out what the fuck what you went wrong.
Taking a chainsaw to those sheep, man. Like fucking cut it out. So yeah, we did have what I think is one of the most tone-deaf responses from an executive.
This is the one that I told you about yesterday, but I couldn't remember the wording of it, but it was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard.
Let me make sure. This is from Dustin Blackwell, Director of Gaming and Platform Communications, Microsoft. He says, quote, "We understand price increases are never fun for anybody, but we're trying to reinforce by adding more value to these plans as well. It's something we don't take lightly, and we're listening to the feedback of players in the community to try and provide them with more of what they're asking for." And I believe if my time on the internet has taught me anything, Michael, it's that what they're asking for is a lower price for Game Pass. Like the one thing that you're not listening to is the thousands of voices have cried out, cheaper.
You know what this response reminded me of? That South Park episode with the cable companies.
Oh yeah,
where I picture him rubbing his nipples, going, "Oh no, well you can always get the other Game Pass that exists that isn't Ubisoft or EA or whatever. Oh wait, there isn't really any of them."
Yep. But that's not all, because one thing that we didn't talk about last week is that so there were some things that were in Game Pass that are now not in Game Pass.
Oh, God. Of course there is.
So
the feedback, Jeff.
Yes. So one of the things that you got when you had a Game Pass is if you decided to buy, like if Indiana Jones came out, right? You got it on Game Pass. But say you wanted to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition by buying the Season Pass, right? You got 10% off. 10% off the Season Pass because you're a Game Pass holder.
Yeah, that's what made people do it for Starfield.
Starfield, yep. For the early access, because it was like $20, then it was like $18, so it was fine. Nope, no more. You had no more discount on DLC.
Oh, wow.
Also, they have instead of discounted DLC, Michael, you'll be getting more Microsoft points.
Oh, God.
Points. You get more points on your license.
Because apparently they have a reward system I forgot about.
They do. If you get like 1 billion Xbox points, you can then like trade it in for like a $30 gift card and then redeem that and then buy
that's
like a
that's
$30 game.
That's being generous, Jeff. It's a $15 gift card.
I don't know, because I ignore it for 3 years, and then after 3 years, eventually I'm like, how many of these motherfuckers that I've got? And I'm like, oh, it's an $80 gift card? Okay, that's cool. Because I fucking redeem everything.
You redeem everything, yeah.
But even now, I'm not playing as much on the Xbox, so I don't get that. So
yeah, it's just it's a whole bunch of effective shit.
Yep.
And they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit that they're strapped for cash in a way. That's not so much that they're strapped for cash, is that they clearly have an accountant standing behind them with a bat in their hands going, "Where's my money?"
Yep. Well, I think I've been seeing, as I read all these articles, there was some report that said that when Microsoft crunched the numbers, they lost $300 million in Call of Duty sales by having it on Game Pass last year.
That sounds about right.
And it's like, well, fucking, you're right. Yes, of course you did. That's the point of Game Pass. You were not going to get like $70 purchases. You were going to get $20 Game Pass purchases, and then fuck off.
And they probably didn't buy the DLC that you probably were expecting them to.
And then the DLC was 10% off with your Game Pass, which
Jesus.
They very specifically took away because, you know, Call of Duty players spend a lot on DLC, and so they were losing money there too. So yeah,
saving money on Stan Smith's.
This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
It is really funny to me.
After that, goddamn, the hits just keep on coming. There's been a rumor that's been going around that Microsoft is going to be putting out a new version of their streaming platform that costs no money, Michael.
Oh no.
And has ads. So you have to watch 2 minutes worth of commercials before you can start playing your streaming game. And also you're limited to like an hour a day. Like you can play 1 hour of video games a day if you watch a 2-minute ad before you start playing.
That's nothing.
Well, yes. That's also just like, sounds like the worst fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I pay so much money to not watch ads. I buy YouTube Red, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's insane to me that, like, who's going to use that? There's so many games where the hour is the beginning of the prologue, let alone the whole prologue.
People that want to play Fortnite and don't have an Xbox but have a Samsung TV with the xCloud app.
Yeah, but guess what? Your phone can do that too, and you don't have to watch an ad for it.
Sure. but unless, if this goes in, you know, if you don't have an Xbox subscription, you could totally use your phone, but just go watch 2-minute ad first. So,
Jesus Christ.
Like,
you want to play Halo for an hour? Yeah, go for it.
I want to see the stats.
I want to see the stats.
I want to see who's using xCloud, because as far as I know, nobody I know has been engaged in streaming video game tech. Like, I've done it a little bit, but I choose not to very regularly.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily work for me. So yes. So happy days coming. Let's see, what else do I got here? Microsoft came out last week with another statement, basically promising that we're definitely not getting out of the console business, in spite of the fact that, you know, Game Pass Ultimate is on PC. Their new handheld was made by Asus. Everything they put out is now on the PlayStation. Like,
well, everything has been pointing to somebody who's trying to make everything only a cloud-based system.
Yes.
And also, like you said, now that games are coming out on PlayStation, it felt like they're leaning into the Sega way of doing things, which for people who don't know, Sega used to make consoles in the way before times.
Yeah.
And then they fucked up, and then they ended up just making games on other consoles instead. And Xbox feels like they're going that route, but the only difference is they diversified a lot before that.
Yeah.
So everything just feels so like, I don't want to do this anymore type things. But the problem is, if you say that out loud, everyone's going to be like, well, what the fuck is the point of any of this? Because there are still a lot of physical game buyers out there on both sides. So everyone on each side is going to be like, well, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yep. No, it's just it's just Carl Havoc all the way down this week. It's just all the way down on the news. So here's the quote, "We are actively investing in our future first-party consoles and devices designed, engineered, and built by Xbox. For more details, the community can revisit our agreement announcement with AMD."
Jesus.
Which was that thing that you remember when they just came out with that video that was just like Sarah Bond going like, we signed a deal with AMD to make things for the next like 5 years, and it's like, oh, what things? Like,
it's being worked on by top men, Jeff.
Top men. I don't know, man. I have a PlayStation 5 I bought in the last 2 years. I got a Switch that I bought in the last 12 months. This motherfucker's a launch Xbox Series X, and this bitch now costs $650, I think.
It's like
for the $400 Xbox I bought 10 years ago. Like, shit.
And also, it's the least played thing in here.
Oh, yeah.
Within the past 12 months.
It's not plugged in. Like, it's only plugged in like once a month.
I think I turned mine on at one point. And it's like, hey, you haven't been here for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Here's 8,000 updates.
I always need an update.
Yeah,
always
forget
need an
about
update.
that.
I just don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know
either.
I don't know. We talk about this all the time, but like, I don't know who's convincing them that this is a good fucking idea. Like, raise prices, take shit away from people, and then like be real sketchy about what you're doing. And it's like, well, maybe everybody just will go play Balatro and be happy with their lives instead of like.
I feel like they're negging us. They're trying to neg us. It's not going to work, guys.
Oh, man.
Shit's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, yes. Let's see. From there, so remember when Microsoft was acquiring Activision?
I do remember this.
Do you remember how the Federal Trade Commission did not want that to happen?
Oh yeah, I had a friend recently post because it was after the prices went up.
Yep.
And he's like, and the FTC did nothing. I'm like, fun fact, they tried, but they were dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Lena Khan, who was one of the people involved with that, posted on Twitter and Blue Sky. Here's the quote. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision has been followed by significant price hikes and layoffs, harming both gamers and developers. As we've seen across sectors, increasing market consolidation and increasing prices often go hand in hand. As dominant firms become too big to care, they can make things worse for their customers without having to worry about the consequences. And this was a reply to a tweet because apparently in March of 2023, when they were having these hearings, Microsoft explicitly said Game Pass prices will not increase as a result of the Microsoft Activision merge.
Yeah, I do remember that. They were very adamant that such a thing would not happen.
Yes, that's crazy talk.
They're also very adamant about not really making sure that Call of Duty might not be on Game Pass, making things awkward for people.
Sure.
And that's the funny thing. This isn't the first time I saw a reply to something like this.
Yeah.
The other time was somebody being like, I think Linda Khan was right about this. And her being like, yeah, no, probably. Like, just her clearly being like, yeah, I told you, motherfuckers. But she didn't. Here's the problem. This is why I always have problems with this. It's like you didn't try very well.
Correct.
Like when we talked about it for what, 2 years?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep. On and off as we got news for it.
I wrote articles about it because I was technically a game journalist for 6 months, and I was reading fucking depositions
reports
and shits and reports, and I was reading it being like, what the fuck? This is not an argument. Everything were like PlayStation talking points or just like random made up bullshit that they couldn't back, which ironically ended up happening.
Yep.
But they couldn't figure out a way of proving they would happen.
Yep.
It was ridiculous.
I mean, like, given the way that the market works, it's hard to, like, we don't tend to block like big acquisitions at all.
No.
Like if the question, like, you have to be able to say, because they kept trying to phrase it in terms of like, well, Game Pass will be the consumer will suffer, et cetera, et cetera. They were using a lot of these PS5 talking points about, like, they'll take it off of the PlayStation, they'll put it on the Xbox only, they'll make a crappier version. That was the one we got, the crappier version.
That's why they're like, Nintendo, high five me and sign this paper that says I won't do that.
But I mean, like, I think at this point you could probably just straight up make the argument that, like, based on the track record of every single large company acquisition that's happened over the last 4 years, none of it is beneficial for us. It's never beneficial for us.
It's never
better for us when Paramount buys Skydance, when Fox buys
Or when Disney buys Fox.
Disney buys Fox,
Yeah.
like when Disney buys fucking Marvel, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
It's all consolidation shit.
None of this has been good. None of this has resulted in good stuff.
Look,
like,
Lemon, if we buy the streaming service and we buy the Marvels, we can have them synergy.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
it's ridiculous. This whole fucking thing is ridiculous.
Everybody just be like, yep, Lena Khan probably was right. Even though, as you said, they did a very bad job of expressing their case.
Yes. Because we thought it would be an open and shut shit fucking thing from both sides, because both sides are pretty good about that.
Yep.
Neither of them really proved to me that I should trust either of them.
It was a weird time because they kept having to publish internal documentation in court. Like,
yes. And so we kept seeing Microsoft's like dirty laundry all out there. It was the first time we had physical proof that Game Pass was losing them money.
Oh,
yes. The other thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And they were like, no, ignore that. It's fine.
Let's see. I think is that about? Oh, nope. We got one more Xbox story before we move on. So here's the thing. Did you know the Xbox Game Pass price increase is not global?
Really?
Let's see. Austria, Germany, Ireland, Israel, Korea, Poland, and India will not be getting a price increase because those countries have laws about just like jacking up a subscription price
randomly,
telling you, hey, guess what? Next month that shit's all more expensive. And they're like, you can't do that here. So they are, at least for the time being, exempt from this particular price increase.
Oh, wait, you said UK, right?
I said Ireland, but...
Oh, wait, no, because Ireland... Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Because the UK isn't part of the European Union anymore.
Yes. Players in the US and UK will see the changes take effect of November 4th.
The UK, you guys keep shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep.
Poor bastards.
Yep. There's a whole bunch of countries that are not going to see it because they have consumer rights laws.
That's so fucking funny.
Our consumer rights laws are basically caveat emptor, bitch.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's it. It's your fucking fault. What did you do, you idiot?
You owe me more money now.
That's right. Yeah. So let's see. Are these both the... Oh, no. We got this. All right. Microsoft adjacent news. Call of Duty. So Battlefield is launching this week, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Battlefield 6 launches. By the time this comes out, it'll already be out. It launches, I think, tomorrow for you and me as of recording this.
So it's what is it called now?
Battlefield 6?
No, but is that just because it's just called 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to be sure because I know a lot of these games. Battlefield's been really weird about its naming conventions.
Sure.
So I just wanted to be sure that's what it's called.
Yep, Battlefield 6. So Battlefield 6 launches October 10th. Activision is basically making Black Ops 6, last year's Black Ops, completely free for anyone to play from October 9th to October 16th.
Oh, my goodness.
Online, offline, single-player zombies, the whole shebaz, whole 9 yards. You can do whatever you want to right on the day that it launches. So.
This is definitely a pointed thing.
Yes.
This reminds me of when, was it Battleborn? When Battleborn came out, and Activision's like, you know what? I'm so happy for you. Here's the last Overwatch beta, right here now. Yep. So no one cared about it.
Yeah, that. But then also there was another thing, and that was that they extended the Black Ops 7 beta all the way up to yesterday, or right up to the 9th.
Okay.
So, like, right up to the day before. So, it's like, oh, you can keep playing this beta all the way up to the day before. Then guess what? Here's Black Ops 6. It's free. You can play it after that. You don't have to give us any money. 30% of gamers, you can just go play this game for nothing.
That's fascinating. I'm fascinated to see what happens when these two finally come out fully.
I am, too. I think Black Ops 7 is about the weakest that Call of Duty has looked in years.
That was. I remember speaking of the FTC stuff again. There was one of the arguments made by I don't know. I don't think it was EA. I think it was just PlayStation themselves who made the arguments. They're like, look, Battlefield's bullshit. Yeah. Like no one's as cool and sexy as Call of Duty. So this will fuck us if you make this happen. Right. Type of thing. So I want to see if that still holds even now.
Yep, I am interested to see because I think for the first time in a long time, Battlefield looks good enough to be a contender, and Call of Duty looks weak enough that it could be contended with.
Yes.
So,
which happens to all franchises eventually.
Call of Duty kept a lid on it for a long time, but they've been stumbling for like Battlefield 2042 was. That was EA falling right on their dick, right? Like, they just pulled out their dick and then fucking fell right down the spikes. Like, spikes everywhere. Spikes in my dick. But then Call of Duty is like unforced error after unforced error after unforced error, where they had like I don't know, did anybody really give a shit about Modern Warfare 3? Or
I don't know anyone who talks
Call
about
of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty World War II seemed like it didn't catch on very well.
I don't think. Oh, that's the thing, is a lot of shooters
Black
I just
Ops
don't hear about the same way I used to.
84, like the 80s Black Ops.
That one, I didn't hear anything good about that one.
And
the
then
Cold
last
War
year
one?
was like the 90s one, I guess.
Yeah, that was the 90s one, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know,
the Cold War one I heard meh things on.
Last time I looked up a whole franchise while we were recording, someone got really mad at me because they were like, if you don't know, then just don't fucking talk about it. So I'm just a blanket statement. Last 5 years of Call of Duty seem like garbage to me, and that new Battlefield seems pretty hot. So like,
look, it's the Deep State's fault I don't know all the Call of Duty names.
That's right. So
they did this.
They stick it in my house at night, and they fucking erase my memories.
They keep changing the numbers of Black Ops. I don't understand
They're
anymore.
hacking into my CPAP machine and then just putting forget gas in it. They're doing eternal sunshine on me. They're sunshining me while I'm asleep. Damn it.
That's exactly how it works.
Okay, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. I gotta go check my CPAP machine for memory erasing drugs. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back, and we have a pretty fair amount of news left to go. So yeah, we're gonna start when we last left off. We were talking about Call of Duty. Somebody found something really interesting over the weekend, that apparently in Black Ops 7 beta, if you typed in Arc Raiders, it would censor it.
Really?
It would just put it as stars in the chat instead of like putting it there.
Why would you? What? That's the what the fuck?
Yep.
Arc Raiders is a slur now.
Yeah, apparently so. Activision has said that it was like it was the result of a text filter error.
Doubt. Absolutely doubt.
But it did lead to a funny thing where the Arc Raiders team, they put out a tweet saying we're still on track to release star on October 30th.
Well, my favorite is that they made a graphic for it.
Yes, they made like they went back to their logo and they swapped out all the text for just asterisks. So
I would be more interested if the game was called that, because I'd be like, what is it called? What filthy thing is it actually called?
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of Arc Raiders, we had an interesting story where apparently, Arc Raiders has been around for like a long time. And we got this new interview that they had in Edge magazine where they were talking about how like it started life as a PvE game.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then they said that they tested it a lot and that it wasn't fun. And then when they added other people into it, then it was fun. And I'm like, doubt.
Well, not only doubt, if that's what happened, you should have reworked your game.
Yes.
Although that has happened once in the past.
Yes.
And that was what happened to Fortnite.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Because I remember you playing the original version of Fortnite before it became what it is now.
I think the original version of Fortnite though had multiplayer, right?
Yeah, but it was all PvE because
yeah.
it was literally what it was.
Tower
what
defense.
It sounds. It was tower defense. You made forts against the night essentially, and no one really gave a shit about it when that happened.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. It's like I am still wondering whether there's any of these like extraction shooter style games. I've never played one. I
don't even know what the most popular one is.
Well, Escape from Tarkov, I think, is the most popular one by a huge margin.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know anyone in real life who actually plays that game. Actually, no, that's not true. I know one person in real life who plays that game because they randomly recommended it to me one day.
Yeah. There was the Division had the Dark Zone mode where you would go in with a multiplayer group, but then like they could screw you over when you were at the extraction point or trust you, and then
which was a Kane and Lynch thing, if I remember correctly. Kane and Lynch was the first game I ever saw do that.
Oh, maybe. Call of Duty also had a version of it called DMZ. I don't know. I just like. Does anybody just does anybody not just try to kill their team? Is it always just like, and then we all try to kill each other? The end. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to play that game. If I'm on a team, I don't want to worry about them shooting me. I guess I'm just a weenie. I don't need to be playing online video games because.
Oh yeah, the problem is whenever a game's like, well, you have to trust each other to have each other's back, so you get the most amount of money, or they could kill you, they get even more money. It's like, well, I don't trust anyone when it comes to that version of a game because I know how people are online.
Yeah,
like you can't play that game with randos.
Sure,
it's just not gonna fucking happen.
Everybody's gonna try to kill each other at the end, right? Like
immediately.
Yeah,
it's just never gonna happen. The only reason why I don't have the issue with Helldivers is because I know we're all going to kill each other immediately,
sure,
but I don't have to worry about them being like, and then I took all the money. It's like, no, everybody gets the same amount of samples at the end.
Yeah.
Whoever gets in the thing with the amount of them, that's not how it works.
I don't know. Maybe one of these days they'll make one that's like a really high-profile one. Everybody will say that it's really user-friendly and fun, and I'll get to check it out. But
maybe it's that duck game.
Escape from Duckov? I actually. Oh no, you're talking about the other one.
No, I was talking about Escape from Duckov.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know. I looked that up last week. That is a single-player video game.
Really?
It is not an online multiplayer thing. You are just playing as one little duck, and it's like an extraction shooter, but for like one person.
See, guys, they fixed it already.
I thought it too. I thought it was multiplayer, and then I went and looked it up, and I was like, no, it's not.
I assumed it was.
Yeah,
because I know the other one is like a survival game or whatever.
Yeah. Well, there was the one that's like Rust, right? Where it's
that was the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I forget what that was.
That one was just called Ducks with Guns. That was what that one was called. Because that one popped up on like consoles recently.
Yeah. I was like, it seemed like a goofy concept, but I was just like, I don't want to.
Yeah, but the problem is it's a Rust type game.
Yeah, I don't want to play Rust either.
It doesn't really work as a JoJo thing.
I didn't want to play DayZ, and I don't want to play Rust, and I don't want to play fucking Escape from Tarkov,
No.
and I really would like to minimize what interactions I have with other people, unless it's kicking like 8-year-olds' asses at Dragon Ball. That's the only time I have fun. All right, switch gears. We had the big EA deal last week. I don't know, Michael. Do you have any quick thoughts about the EA deal from last week?
I want to. I'm not cautious. I'm not even cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm just cautiously staring at it, if that makes sense, because I'm not like, I don't think it's going to be the worst thing ever.
Doing the thing where you point your fingers at your eyes and then you point them at EA.
I'm keeping an eye on them because I've seen what happens when once a company is bought out by something that is known for making changes on other things they've done before.
Sure.
And that doesn't mean that I'm expecting the Saudi government to step in and be like, well, you're not allowed to have women as protagonists anymore or some shit.
Sure.
But I'm expecting what happened to Marco the Wolves, which was,
put in a soccer player and a DJ.
In the new Mass Effect, I need you to be able to recruit this DJ.
The funniest thing would just be like if every time all the Saudi investment fund wanted, right? They didn't want to make any other changes to your game, but every single game that they have a stake in has to have Ronaldo, the soccer player, in it. Like Mass Effect has to have
whoever the
Ronaldo.
DJ was. I forgot.
Not even the DJ.
Oh,
just Ronaldo.
Just Ronaldo.
Madden has to have the soccer player in it. I mean, FIFA, FC, obviously.
Actually,
The Sims.
The funniest part is that's the one game he's not in.
Yes, and he's not in that one.
He's not in that one.
The
Contractual
Sims,
reasons.
He's in The Sims. He just keeps being in The Sims.
Yeah.
He just keeps walking up to you, be like, "Hey, you want to play some soccer?" And you're like, "Get out of here, Ronaldo! Get out of here! I don't want you anymore." He's in fucking Apex Legends, running around. He's got like a cyber ball that he kicks at people.
Actually, that would be kind of fun.
Anyway, there's a bunch of analysts that talked a lot about how this is probably going to go down. They were making, kind of just based on what has happened in the past, this is probably what will happen moving forward. So as we mentioned last week, $22 billion in leveraged debt has been put on EA's books as part of this acquisition. There have been a bunch of press releases basically saying like, oh, now EA doesn't have to answer to shareholders, so they're allowed to do creative stuff again. And I'm like, you can't fool me. They don't have a creative bone in their body, and they haven't done it for years. I'm convinced that Respawn made the entire Apex Legends game behind everyone's backs without saying a single thing and presented to them fully formed and launched it on the same day before they could say stop. Like,
that's the only thing that makes sense about that game, because we were here recording something,
Yep.
and then we're like, so Respawn has a game all of a sudden.
Yep.
And no one knows where it came from.
Yep. So, okay. The $20 billion worth of debt that they're being saddled with is technically for anybody who's curious, B rank debt, which is like junk debt, which means it's harder to like. Sometimes you can sell debt, you can offload debt, you can put it in other places. This is like crap debt that nobody wants, and so
okay. So what it is that they didn't get the loot they wanted.
That's right. That's right. They got the really low rank.
They got the B-rated
debt box. Yes,
it's the free to play one that you get.
So there's a lot of questions about. There's like one of the things that could very well be in the cards is, so the first thing that's probably going to happen is they're going to downsize, fire off a bunch of people, cancel a bunch of nascent projects, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the many projects they already canceled.
That's one way to save your money is to basically do all that shit. Then the next step, which I hadn't considered last week, is they very well could start selling off chunks of themselves. And that means Respawn and BioWare. Like, instead of having to make that question about like, do you have that gay BioWare shit? Like, are you guys going to allow BioWare to have the lady in the new Mass Effect game kiss another alien lady? It's like, or you could just sell BioWare to fucking Square Enix and let it be their problem moving forward.
The downside with that, though, is a lot of the times their copyrighted IPs don't come with them.
Yes.
This is the reason why a lot of companies, even though they get sold off, like, for good example is that when Naughty Dog left, or sorry, not the Naughty Dog, when Naughty Dog let go of the Crash Bandicoot IP itself, it's not because it was owned by them. It's like, so they couldn't just be like, we're going to make Crash Bandicoot games again.
Sure.
They were not allowed to. It's the same thing that's happened to a lot of other. So it's the problem why it's the reason 3D Realms can't make Duke Nukem games, because no one knows who has that, even though they're the ones who made them originally.
Why we spent 10 years waiting for a new Silent Hill game, because Konami just sat on that. It's the reason we haven't had a Castlevania game in fucking forever. Like,
yeah, because you can't just be like, I'm going to be the one that makes it. It's like, nope, that's not how that works, friend.
On the other hand, it's a good possibility that, like, selling BioWare off to another company and letting them get a fresh start without having to be beholden to all of the fans of Mass Effect and Dragon Age, like, who just are like, I want you guys to make nothing but Mass Effect and or Dragon Age all the time.
They want that Sonic Colors again or whatever. Is that the one they made? I don't know which one they made.
I don't remember the name of the RPG. They want the fucking Anthem 2.
Yeah.
EA's like, oh, we're going to sell them. And also Anthem. You can have Anthem for free.
Have Anthem.
We don't want Anthem. We're just the books.
Actually, it would be funny if it's like a Trojan horse. Yeah, you get it, but you also got Anthem. They just run off.
Yeah. There's also a good possibility that Respawn might get sold.
They would be a good one to be given to someone else, because they have always deserved better than EA.
Apex Legends is like decently profitable, but not hugely profitable.
Yeah,
like,
and every time
compared to the other stuff.
And every time they're working on something that sounds really cool, they just keep getting whatever it is canceled.
Yep.
And the Star Wars game, apparently that Titanfall rumor had also gotten canceled.
Titanfall.
And in fact, I think they were making a Transformers game or something that also got canceled.
I don't remember that one, but
I don't know. I don't know if that's one's true or not. I'm just remembering the sheer amount of shit that EA has canceled over the years.
Yes,
because that was one that I think EA had being worked on. I think it was a Transformers game.
So those are probably the most likely scenarios. People get cut, BioWare gets sold, Respawn
the Black
gets
Panther
sold.
game was the other one I was thinking of.
The Sims will probably not get sold, because that's like that would probably have to be like a big, like a $10 billion like.
No, yeah,
purchase.
The Sims is still printing money.
Yes,
like if you buy all of the Sims DLC, it's like $1,000 minimum. It's insane.
And then of course, like the thing is that there's a bunch of support studios that they've got that have been working with DICE and Battlefield. If this new Battlefield doesn't do well, and also doesn't do well like long term, like doesn't bring in the money with like microtransactions and stuff over time, there's a good possibility that DICE could get sold as well.
That would be interesting. Although it would be really funny. It would be really funny if some of them got sold, and then the ones that got left over are the ones that are forced to make the games that they don't make. Like, say for some reason DICE gets sold, but BioWare stays, and they look at BioWare. Hey, BioWare, have you ever made a Battlefield game before?
Well, and then there's also all the support studios. Motive, right? And Criterion are both now support studios to DICE. So
what I want to know is, what is this going to do to like those Marvel games they were supposed to be making? Like, I know there's a bunch of Marvel games that EA was working on still.
Were they?
Well, weren't they the guys who were doing the Iron Man game and that Captain America Black Panther game?
That's a good question. I think, was the Iron Man game canceled?
No, that one wasn't. The only ones that we know for a fact were canceled was the Black Panther one.
Okay.
Like the by Black Panther I mean like the single Black Panther one.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. Published by PlayOn.
I don't
developed
know.
by Skydance. So that's not.
Okay, so
that's a
not
different
them.
thing.
Well, so it's probably just the Iron Man one then.
It's probably just the Iron Man game is the only thing that's left.
Because I swore that one was being made by.
Does anybody
by one of the ones that you just said?
Motive. Yeah, it's Motive. Yeah,
and we haven't heard anything about it since that first announcement.
Yep.
And that was.
I mean, we know for a fact that Motive is working on Battlefield, or that it is have some staff working on Battlefield right now. So like, it could still be early days, or it could be in the prototyping phases, right? The real question you have is like, by the time you make this Iron Man game, is anybody even going to remember? Is anybody even going to be interested in Iron Man anymore? I mean, same with Captain America and Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like, both those characters are now like off the board in the MCU. And we're still, okay, all right, sure.
That's the problem with what Marvel did with these characters. They could have had all of these games fucking ages ago.
Yep.
And instead they had Sega make the worst tie-in games imaginable.
I don't know, though. That EA shit, like, we still have 2 years until it's probably even going to be done. Like, even if it gets rubber stamped and there isn't Lena Khan out there making PlayStation arguments at the FTC, it'll still just take that amount of time to put that whole deal together.
That's true. It's still going to take some time.
So it's not like it happened. It's not like when I announced it last week that like it went into effect this week or anything.
Yeah.
It'll take a year or more.
As we talked about, the Activision Microsoft thing took like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And that was after they first announced it.
Yep. So probably going to be a little bit smoother, but also remember that the current administration in the United States will probably rubber stamp that acquisition, no problemo, right?
Yeah.
But you remember what a bitch the UK was last time around? They are not going to be rubber stamping this shit.
The UK did not fuck around. The UK was the reason it almost didn't happen. They're the only ones who had legit arguments against it.
Shit, I think that fucking, what is it? Ubisoft is still administering xCloud in the UK as part of that deal or something.
It was insane.
It was so weird.
It was fucking crazy.
And you think that the British are going to let you take that soccer license and just run with it?
No, that's
get ready for another year worth of reporting on that.
Discombobulate the shit out of it.
Speaking of EA, boy howdy, we got so that Skate beta came out last week, and there was a new DLC pack that came out with Isaac Clarke from Dead Space.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like a bunch of cardboard taped. It's like a Be Kind Rewind Dead Space costume, because and I think that they're doing that to like make it match with the Skate aesthetic, right? Not just put the Doom guy in Skate, but to have like somebody.
Well, yeah, I had mentioned to you that I'd heard this was happening, but I didn't know what it looked like.
Yep.
And this is
terrible.
This is sad. This is real sad.
Not just terrible. $40.
This is a $40 look.
It's the whole bundle is like $40.
He looks terrible
with like skateboard and trucks wheels, some Dead Space. He looks
like the Isaac Clarke I expect to find at the Times Square, asking for $20.
It's like cardboard it's like a half of a soup can that's been duct taped up by his. Like, it's so weird that they decided to go with this. Like, I guess.
Well, I get. Like you mentioned, I get why they're doing it.
Sure,
but a $40 for that, is pretty stupid.
Yeah,
like most people would spend if they considered it $10 on that.
Yeah,
but that's horrendous.
Let's see, $35.
Yeah, I spent less on getting him in Fortnite, where he looks normal.
They said that somebody made a really good point online that it's like, you could probably buy like Dead Space and the first Skate game for $35 at this point.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was in Skate 3.
Oh yes.
Looking wonderful.
He had the actual costume in Skate 3 with a little cyberboard and like the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, damn, he looks great in Skate 3.
Yeah.
And And it was free according to them, which is even worse.
Yeah, it was part of the cut-in. Also, though, this game is pretty cool, though. Like, John was showing me stuff you could do. She'll, like, jump off a building, and it turns out if you do an emote, when you jump, it slows how slow you how you fall. So there's all these fucking wacky bugs in this game that people keep taking screenshots of. Yeah, you can climb on top of buildings and then like literally just jump all the way down to the ground, and then even if you just splatter on the ground, it doesn't do anything because there's not like a damage model. But the other stuff you could do is fucking ridiculous. So.
No, I saw one screen share that was like him going down a roof and then like flying all over the area, then ending up in a subway or something. Like you can do some insane shit in that game.
Yep.
Which is why I'm not like upset about the game itself, but DLC wise, this is a terrible fucking thing to do.
$40.
Fucking hell.
$40.
That's horrendous.
I don't know. Maybe that's part of that 75% of EA's revenue.
Isaac deserves better.
People out there buying Isaac Clarke.
I'm still frustrated they didn't make a remaster of Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
I would have bought the shit out of that.
I don't know what the fuck EA is doing. I think that they just I think that they're like a lot of companies where they've just been blinded by like Madden profits and EA FC or / FIFA profits, right?
Yeah.
Like those are fucking titans of the industry, and they make a shitload of money.
And based on what we know before that, they don't have to do a lot of work, because if you remember, there's that time the game came out and it had the logo of the game previously on stadiums because they didn't update the stadium.
Oh yeah,
stadium file.
I remember that.
And everyone's like, "Guys, did you actually do anything in this game, or did you just literally re-release the same game with like 3 characters?"
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of huge disappointments, let's talk about Ubisoft.
Oh, I did hear about this, yeah.
We got this is a game file. I think it's Stephen Totillo's Substack report that came out that Ubisoft at one point was thinking about making an Assassin's Creed game set in the U.S. South, kind of at the tail end and then past the Civil War. You were going to play as a slave that was like, free, and then you go to the South, and then you hook up with the American chapter of the Assassins, and then you're killing KKK people and doing stuff. And they had this idea, and then they announced Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they saw how the internet flipped out about Yasuke the Black Samurai, and they were like, "Oh no, you cancel that immediately. We don't want any part of this."
Well, the thing from what I've heard is it's not just that, but it is that, but worse, actually.
Yeah.
Which the other thing that I hear is they're like, well, not only the reaction that we get, but also culturally, the way we are as a country, also would be misconstrued kind of badly at the moment.
Sure.
So the problem with that is that both reasons are awful.
You are correct.
And it's just frustrating because that sounds like an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Like the type of thing you should be doing with Assassin's Creed.
I don't know.
Although, again, I think Shadows is probably fine. But that's like another fun... Like, that could be a fun, like, almost sequel to, like, Assassin's Creed 3, almost.
Sure.
So you can even bring in some of the same, like, mentions of some of those old characters and have fun with
Connor?
Yeah.
Was Connor the guy? I don't know.
He would have been long dead by that. He would have been long dead by that point. But you could always, like, have, like, a statue of Connor somewhere or something. Like, some fun shit like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Just before we started recording this, I was like, I don't actually just don't care anymore. Like, Assassin's Creed doesn't do shit for me ever since they decided to make it into like a discount Dark Souls like RPG, this weird thing, and I'm just like, I don't like any of this.
Yeah, when you couldn't assassinate everyone,
yeah,
whenever you wanted to, I lost faith in that shit immediately.
Well, but they just put out that new Assassin's Creed expansion for Assassin's Creed Mirage, that one that is funded by the Saudi government.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And they had a big live stream, and one of the things that they showed is that update puts a jump button back in to the game.
Oh my god!
Which hasn't had a jump button for 11 years now.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's been 11 years since you could jump in Assassin's Creed?
Well, it was one of those just like you automatically parkour and jump and do stuff when moving in a direction. So there wasn't like a manual button to hit the jump button. You would just kind of hold in a direction and go.
Yeah.
And now they put a jump button back in the game.
That's incredible. That was one of my favorite things, was just jumping off random shit.
Yeah.
But like manually, so you could like time that shit.
I just can't express how, like, I don't know why the internet isn't more mad at this game. This game looks like shit, Michael. This game looks like shit on every platform. It looks bad.
I remember when Mirage came out, or the trailers were coming out, and we kept going, well, it's early. I'm sure it'll look better. And then you went, this is like 3 months away.
Yeah. It looks terrible.
Like we kept saying it looked like a 360 game, but like an early 360 game.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I forgot it existed, to be honest.
I don't know. Anyway, if you want to get back into the game, like, I guess that's a reason to. They added a jump button in.
You can jump, guys.
Just start over again and use the jump button. And it's like,
cool, I guess.
I guess. If that's what you're after.
So weird.
That's gonna make the 30% of gamers buy a new game. Jump buttons.
It's innovative, Jeff. No one's ever thought of it before.
Well, it's also post-launch, right? It's like 9 months after launch, they added a jump button in the game. It's like, bitch, fucking on launch. What are you talking about?
In their defense, there's a lot of games that just don't have jumps anymore.
That's true. I like the Ghostio tie jump. Let's see. In more disappointing player news, Destiny 2 is not doing well. This last week, Destiny 2 posted their lowest daily peak concurrent player count in history of the game.
Oh, that's
which is 16,000 players, roughly.
That's not a lot.
Yeah. The previous low was 18,000. That was back when the last poorly received expansion pack came out.
Oh.
And maybe because of this, or maybe not, but almost certainly because of this, they've decided like they were going to do. So you hit max level, and then a season comes out, and then you have like X number of levels that you get in that season, and then like when the next season starts, everybody gets reset.
Yeah.
They've decided not to do a reset for the next season.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah. Was that they posted on Twitter, as we continue to develop power and progression changes for Destiny 2 Renegades, we'd like to announce the following changes. Seasonal power will now carry over into Season 28 in December. There will not be a seasonal power reset in past seasons. But then people are asking, like, well, are you going to up that power cap? Like, you can add 50 more levels on? Because if we're all max level, and then the new expansion comes out...
Then what's the point?
And then we play for one day, and we get all 50 levels of the new power curve. What the fuck, you guys? So...
this is... Destiny doesn't know what... Or not Destiny, because Destiny isn't a person. Bungie doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've lost so many of the people that probably did know what they were doing by this point.
Yep.
And a lot of the people that are still there don't really care anymore.
Very true.
They're stuck in an endless cycle of just misery.
Absolutely.
I feel so bad for it, because Destiny started off as this great, like, Bungie has left Microsoft. They have a brand new idea for a game that they will say will last for 20 years or some insane number.
Yep.
Type of thing. They're like, we got ideas forever, guys. We've had to fire a bunch of people immediately. A lot of the main voice actors we have, there was no way to keep them for very long.
No, I mean,
they just kept losing things that made it interesting immediately as it went on, and then they made a sequel to it.
Yep.
And then that was even worse over time.
I mean, the whole thing was like a narrative, and like nobody wants a narrative that just goes on forever. Like, it needs to have a crescendo and then end.
And the worst part is, if you got to the end of whatever their stuff was at the moment, you needed to be grinding enough to even see the ending of whatever that version was.
Yep.
I never saw the ending of Taken King because I never had enough time to grind enough to be able to do the final mission to Taken King.
I lost interest in that whole game.
I was like, this is bullshit, because I liked Taken King. That brought me back for a hot second, only for the whole thing to just be fucking garbage.
Yep. Let's see. Speaking of Bungie and garbage, Marathon is having itself a new test from October 22nd to October 27th.
Oh, they're coming back.
They're coming back.
They finally jazzed it up.
Yeah, and they're trying something new. They're adding in a thing that people wanted.
Oh, I should have said the jazzed up after that.
Proximity voice chat.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I've been seeing coming back more often, because Fortnite has their special the Lulu mode where that's a thing right now. But they've turned it on and off as kind of thing because people say some horrendous shit on it.
Yeah, I can't see this going well, and unless they've made some really significant changes to the whole thing. I mean, again, go back to extraction shooter. Go back to what I just said about extraction shooters, right? So.
Well, the thing is that Marathon never should have been a game like this. It should have been kind of like Halo, where where there's a mode that is what this is.
Yeah.
But having like normal PvP deathmatch type things, the way Marathon used to be, because that's what Marathon was. It was like
just a single player. I mean, it used to be a story-based game. Like
exactly, make a game, like do what Call of Duty did, make a game,
yep,
and then have a free-to-play one. That's whatever this fucking thing is.
Yep. Let's see. This is a strange story. Speaking of Sony stuff,
didn't we talk about this trailer at one point?
I don't think so. I don't know. This is a recent store listing on the PlayStation Network for a game called Anime Village Online.
And I definitely don't know what this is.
And it's from like just a guy, this Winzu Sudaman.
Oh my goodness.
And the art for it is just an AI generated Animal Crossing person.
That's not even. There's no way to misconstrue that.
It's just Animal Crossing. It's just Animal Crossing,
and it comes out in 2027.
Yep. Not just that, but also the same guy has a game called Rooted Survival that was announced that looks like somebody put the Last of Us art into ChatGPT and then asked it to make a new screenshot. It's like a person with a gun, and there's like a whole bunch of like the trees are full. This gun doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
No, the way they're holding it doesn't make any sense either.
Yep.
It's
real dumb. Oh, this is coming out next year. This is 2026. So,
Wiznu Suderman.
Suderman. The new Gilson Pontes, ladies and gentlemen.
PlayStation, I need to ask you guys a serious question, because this keeps happening.
Sure.
What the fuck?
I saw something on there that was like a Labubu game the other day.
Oh my god.
It was called like La Shoot Shoot or something, and it like literally the characters were the Labubus, and I was like, wow, this AI shit is out of control.
If PlayStation allowed nudity games on it, it would be all hentai games.
Absolutely.
Because there's clearly no one paying attention to these things.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is ripping off Sony.
Yeah, themselves.
Like, the other one, I could see them be like, take that. Wait to see those Nintendo lawyers tear this guy a new one, but in the meantime, ha 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 ha. But this is fucking your IP, bitch. Why are you letting this on your store? Like,
it's really stupid.
So,
holy shit.
Anyway,
I wonder what they play like.
They never play the way they look.
No, they never do.
They always play differently.
They never do.
Well, speaking of Nintendo, did you see the Close to You short that came out from Nintendo?
No. What is this?
So there was a little interesting short that came out.
Oh, I've seen the GIF of this, but I've never seen the short.
It's a little baby. It's like 4 minutes long, so we can't watch the whole thing. But it's a little baby, and they've got a pacifier, and the pacifier, like, it drops out of their mouth, and then the pacifier is just, like, moving around, and the baby's trying to get it, and it's like a whole thing where the baby is trying to get this pacifier. It keeps moving around all on its own, flying through the air. And it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. And then finally, the baby, like, stands up to try to get it. It's, like, stuck on, like, the mobile on their crib. And then the mom comes in and is like, oh, my God, the baby is walking.
Like
and
their
she's,
first
like,
up
so
thing.
happy. And then they're like, woo. And it's just like a little Pixar short, and it's very like, okay.
Yeah.
So Nintendo put this out, and everybody was like, well, what the fuck is that? Like, so people were they went crazy. They went completely insane trying to figure out what this is.
Yeah.
They were like, is that baby Rosalina? Is
like,
this a
what is
new
this? Yeah.
Mario?
I didn't realize this was a Nintendo thing. I just saw a GIF of this.
They said the mother leaves the room and then comes back, confirmed that mother is coming back to...
Oh, is that what that was about? I saw that, and I got confused as to what that was about.
Absolutely not. There was a bunch of shit in there that was like crazy stuff, because they just put this out. They said they wanted the baby in Smash. Like,
because I saw that tweet, the one that you're talking about the mother thing.
Metroid Prime 4,
Baby Suit Samus is pretty
good. So yeah. Somebody said Geist 2, which is that's a cut right there.
That's a hell of a cut, yeah. I think it means Half-Life 3 is coming to the Switch too. That's my thought.
Then they put out another version, Michael, and it turns out that in the other version, it's a bunch of Pikmin. So the thing that was making the
everything move
was Pikmin, which according to the Pikmin website Pikmin are like invisible to people, I guess.
Oh, well, because I guess that makes some sense because of the way you just never see anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe the Pikmin themselves don't see people.
So yeah, it's like the exact same thing, except instead of the pacifier just wandering around normally, it's a bunch of Pikmin like fucking with it.
Which explains why it floats at one point, even though it's like not on the ground.
Yeah. Which is cute. I don't know what they haven't like announced anything.
Well, no, I saw a news story or something that they said they're just going to make shorts or something.
Yeah.
Based on their games.
Just want to make some Pixar shit.
Yeah, maybe they'll get an Oscar for it. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also now afraid that there are tiny invisible Pikmin all over my house.
Jeff, they've always been around.
Well, I didn't know up until now.
That's why your underwear keeps disappearing.
All right, we got some.
It has nothing to do with Matt Frank.
We got to do some lightning round stuff. Nintendo is suing the guy that runs the Switch piracy subreddit for $4.5 million.
Holy fuck.
Yep. This is another one of those, like, they told him to take it down and cease and desist, and he took down, like, part of it, but not all of it. Like, he took down
what he thought he wouldn't get sued for.
Yes. I have a very quick critique. I think that Nintendo should only be allowed to sue people for an amount of money that they could possibly pay back.
Yes.
Like, you should not be able to like destroy a person's financial life for the entire rest of their life.
Exactly.
No matter how many Nintendo games they have pirated.
You should only ask for their firstborn to work in the Nintendo mines.
Exactly. They should be able to have more children that are allowed to go free.
Exactly.
Right.
And discounted copies of once you get the kit.
This is the third fucking time they've sued an individual person for several $1 million.
I thought this was like the fifth or sixth time. I keep feeling like we've heard the story 1,000 times.
That was the other Bowser, and like there was a
there's a lot of people this has happened
Gary
to.
Bowser, Ryan Daly got
one
a
was
$2
for
million.
like 10 million, wasn't it?
I don't remember, but
one was like 10, and I remember being like, "There's no fucking way that guy pays that back."
Yeah, I mean, like Gary Bowser, like $2 million, he's never going to pay that back.
No,
like it's 25 to 30% of his income every month to Nintendo for the rest of his life.
Yeah, minimum.
And it's like, do not punish people for the rest of their life for what they've done. I don't even give a shit. Like, I was going to say if they're young. I don't even give a shit if they're old. Like, you can't just put crippling financial, like, shit. And to me, it's like, it's because game piracy, okay, I get it. You don't want that. But you can't be coming into court being like, every time somebody downloaded a ROM, that means that we lost $70. Okay, now check the number of downloads and, like, multiply that by $70, then add our lawyer fees in, and then fucking let's take this guy for $4.5 million to make an example. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody even knows this happened. The next pirate guy is just going to make another website, but use a VPN or something.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like that stat, those stats people say that I assume are real stats for some of these, but they say it for video games where it's instead of, the murder rate, because there's that stat where it's like, well, every minute, like 10 people get murdered or something. And instead Nintendo walks up to go, is like, every time somebody downloads a Nintendo ROM, 10 Mario cosplayers suddenly die. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Give me $4 million.
Yep. Let's see. Nintendo also has been forced to put out a statement. So I don't know if you've been tracking the Sora 2 shit that started last week.
Yeah, Sora 2 has been kind of on a rampage.
But like it's generating things with Nintendo properties, and Nintendo is not like they don't have a sense of humor when it comes to Pikachu and Saving Private Ryan, or the Dark Knight Pikachu. These are just two examples that I have in this article. So yeah, the level of detail in these new fucking AI videos is redonkulous.
It's very
off the chart.
Insane. It's one of the few times I look at something and I have a harder time telling it's AI right away outside of the fact it's clearly absurd.
Yes.
Which is why it's frustrating.
Yes. So apparently when they talked about, like, Sam Altman was talking about how, like, moving forward, OpenAI is like, well, companies can opt out of having their
stupidest fucking
having their intellectual property inside of this thing. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's gonna be like, no, it's cool. No, it's cool. It's cool. Just keep it in there. Like,
they're also saying that for like everyone. That means like every company in the world should just opt out. Like, there's no way in hell that should be legal, because I remember I heard about that part.
Yeah.
Because somebody says, I can't wait to open a movie theater where I just download movies illegally and then put them up and then tell them that they can opt out of me showing them to them.
So there was an interesting thing where in Japan's House of Representatives, there was a guy that accused Nintendo of avoiding using generative AI to protect its IP. And I don't even know what these mean, quote, engaging in lobbying activities with the government, unquote. Nintendo put out a statement saying, quote, contrary to recent discussions on the internet, Nintendo has not had any contact with the Japanese government about generative AI. Whether generative AI is involved or not, we will continue to take necessary actions against infringement of our intellectual property rights. The interesting thing about this is I keep coming back to this. I think I mentioned this a long time ago, which is like, okay, you can use AI to do anything. That doesn't mean that Nintendo's going to be chill. Like, Nintendo's going to Nintendo, and like users are going to type in Mario fucks Peach, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to take that away, and then you're going to say plumber with like big nose and red shirt and blue overalls fucks lady with blonde hair in pink dress cartoon
who looks
video
like
game.
A princess of some kind.
Yes. This, there is no squaring this back and forth. Like,
absolutely not.
This thing is made to infringe on copyright. Like, that's all it's made for. So yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Also, I don't know if you've heard, but like Elon Musk says he's going to make a fully AI developed video game by next year.
Oh, I did not hear that. Also, I don't think that's going to work out for you, bro.
Yeah. So what? The one of the guys that works at Larian came out and was like, was his name Dowse? Mr. Dowse? This Michael Dowse, the director of publishing, came out and said, quote, genuinely, what this industry needs is not more mathematically produced, psychologically trained gameplay loops, rather more expressions of worlds that folks are engaged with or want to engage with. AI has its place as a tool, but we have all the tools in the world, and they aren't compensating for the incredible lack of cogent direction. AI isn't going to solve the big problem of the industry, which is leadership and vision. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but like, Elon Musk announced this, and it was over like an AI generated, like what looks like a first person shooter. It looks like garbage. It looks like absolute trash fires.
Not only does it look like garbage, it looks like an endless runner because the guy's just sliding.
Yep. Yep. And then he's like shooting, but not at anything.
Yeah, and the bullets are coming out and not as like single casings.
Yep.
They're like clumps of nonsense flying out of a gun.
Yeah.
And this gun doesn't make any sense the more you look at it.
Yes.
There's just random tanks on fire.
Yep.
This whole thing looks terrible.
Tanks on fire. I went to this, though, and there were a lot of people in the comments who were just like, hell yeah, man, AI is going to be the fucking future of video games. Like, we're all going to be playing our video games on AI, and they'll be able to do whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to. If that's the case, Michael, I'm out. I'm going to go fucking start a new podcast. It's about, like,
well, yeah, that's the thing. If all of us
sewing or something.
If all of a sudden EA and Microsoft and everybody were like, well, here's the new Call of Duty, and fucking
it looks like that
guy has like 8 limbs for some reason somewhere.
Yep.
Or the flying sequences of what you're showing me right now. I would be like, yeah, I guess I just don't play video games anymore.
I'm going to go back and play all the rest of the video games that I never got around to completion.
I guess I'm just an indie game player now.
There's a lot of 200-hour RPGs that I never got into. I'm going to get into them. So
fucking ridiculous.
Let's see. Epic Games is suing some of their Epic Games is suing 2 of their users. These 2 users created like a Fortnite island, and then they used bots to create thousands and thousands of free Fortnite accounts and have those Fortnite accounts log into their island, thus boosting it in the rankings and having them get paid, because that's what happens if you have a very popular island, is you get a check from Epic Games.
Did not know that.
Yes. So Tim Sweeney and company went after them, and they are basically like suing them. But the thing that I think is really interesting, I don't know. This is such a stupid thing. Here's the last paragraph from a Kotaku article. Epic Games is seeking financial recuperation, but also wants to ban not only these players, but also their entire bloodlines from ever playing Fortnite again.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm not being snarky, and for once in my life, it seems like I don't need to be. The lawsuit literally wants to ban Nadi and Ayoub Nasser and their, quote, heirs and successors, unquote, from playing Fortnite.
Oh, my God. That means every year Tim Sweeney has to defeat Dracula.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I'm like, why are you punishing their children? They might like Fortnite. Like
the sins of the father?
Yeah.
Apparently is coming up right here.
Good Lord. All
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Okay.
Oh my God. Tim, you know what? I fucked up the joke. Tim Sweeney is going to be Dio.
Right.
He's going to go after all the Joe stars who play Fortnite.
All the Nasirs that keep wanting to play Fortnite.
Yeah, they all have to fight him before to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
And his many minions.
Okay, and then let's see some quick. Pico Park. So a game where you put little guys on top of each other and you solve puzzles.
Yeah.
Like you can play with up to 10 people. There's a version of this game that's called Pico Park Classic Edition. The developer that made it had it on Steam. They made some updates to it, and they wanted to like promote it for a weekend. So they flipped it to free on Steam.
Oh, no.
And then after a certain amount of time, they were going to turn it back on. You know, it's going to have it be free for a little while and then turn it back on. Turns out that if you're a regular just developer on Steam, you can change your price to free. You are not allowed to change the price from free to anything else ever.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, like this same guy put out Pico Park, like a sequel and a second sequel.
Oh, so there are other ones that he's definitely getting his money
other
off
stuff
of.
to it. And basically came out and was like, yeah, my bad. Like, it wasn't like it was making a shitload of money anyway. So,
Yeah,
like, you guys could just
but
have this. Like,
that's kind of insane that's a thing that you can happen.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I mean, you could think about having a game that's free to play. Think about the nightmare that is having a game that is free to play. I don't know, and then making it cost money, like going back to costing money again. Like you could see a lot of fuckery that could happen.
Why somebody
if you could just hit that switch over and over again. Like
I can kind of see where they're coming from.
Like you could put out an article saying that my new game is free to play, and then like as you start seeing sales come in, just change the price in the middle to like $40, and then like people inadvertently buy it. But then I guess Steam also has a refund policy.
They have a refund policy, but
I don't know.
But I can see somebody like changing that in a way that's like malicious in some way.
Yeah.
But there should at least be like a support thing to keep that from happening, or to keep you from being able to do that afterwards.
I agree. And then like, tell you what, let's wrap it up. We'll just do some of these when we come back. Unity has a like security exploit that was determined last week or discovered last week. And there are a lot of games that are based on Unity that are doing updates. A lot of apparently a lot of companies, when they put out like art books and soundtracks, will program those in very simple Unity clients.
Oh.
And so a lot of like collector's editions have gotten updated or taken down because they need to make sure like all the platforms have been updated, but individual developers need to update like the files of their game in order to like patch this out.
Okay.
So a lot of games have been like taken offline. Like Obsidian took down Pillars of Eternity 2 and Pentiment and a few other games because they're like, we make all our shit in Unity and we just need to like go through them all, make sure this shit is right,
yeah,
and then we'll put them back up.
Interesting.
Apparently it's not a big thing because I haven't heard like No Rest for the Wicked did the same thing.
Oh, there was like a security vulnerability?
Yeah.
Vulnerability?
Yeah, it was a security vulnerability, so it was like dire. Like we need to.
Oh, so that explains why they took him down right away. Okay.
Yeah, like this is not just like you could get some bullshit. This was like somebody could fucking take over your computer kind of shit.
God damn, that's kind of
or at least do like remote executables. So yeah, if you've seen any of that stuff happen, it's because of an exploit in Unity. With that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we got a shitload of trailers, a hell shitload of trailers left to look at. So stick around, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And before we get to the trailers, Michael, just a few quick things that we didn't get to last time. Metal Hellsinger, the developer of Metal Hellsinger, The Outsiders, is unfortunately shutting down. This is part of the Funcom reorganization that's happening right now. So
that sucks.
Yep, it does suck.
They had a great idea that I just could never do because I'm bad at rhythm games.
Yep. Also, Starbreeze canceled. They were working on a D&D project called Project Baxter, and they canceled it. 44 people got let go, and everybody else is being rolled into the Payday team because they really were going to focus on Payday from here on out. And I'm like, I would have played a Starbreeze D&D game, but I'm not playing Payday, y'all.
What was the service title, right? That's what they because that's what they do normally.
Yes.
Okay. Also, the Payday games are not working out for them lately.
Very true. And then you remember all those guys that got laid off of ZeniMax that had that game that Phil Spencer was obsessively playing?
Oh yeah,
and,
that thing. Yeah.
It's called Project Blackbird. Well, a bunch of them apparently hooked up with some of the people that got laid off of the Elder Scrolls Online team, and they created a new company called Sackbird to make a new product. So
that's a wonderful name. I just saw this. I just saw the logo for it too. Yep. It's a bird carrying like a hobo sack.
It's got a little bindle. Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
So yep, they're gonna try to make it. They're gonna try to go indie. So hopefully it works.
I hope for good things for them. Maybe they can salvage some of the stuff they learned from the last thing.
Yeah,
without getting sued like those other guys.
All right. First up, because I always apparently put Fortnite at the beginning, we got the Fortnitemares 2025.
I saw this. A lot of shit happens in this thing.
Yep. First off, the Scooby Gang is in Fortnite. They're coming to Fortnite along with the Mystery Machine. There's a bunch of other stuff in here. I think there's Poppy.
Jason's there. Poppy shows up.
Poppy from Poppy Playtime.
The Scream guy shows up.
I think he was already in it, though, right?
I think so. The Mothman Jason apparently is part of it, too.
Oh, Mothman is new?
Yeah, Mothman's new.
Obviously, there's a bunch of, character... original stuff. And then apparently Doja Cat is going to be the next, character. She's got some kind of evil persona that's going to be...
She's in the shop now, apparently.
Yeah.
And also she's part of the map, apparently. But there are people that aren't in the trailer that are in the art for this.
Black Phone?
Yeah, so the Black Phone guy's going to be in it too.
Okay.
And there's another piece of art that they posted on their Facebook. And guess who the other one that's not on this trailer is?
I don't know. Couldn't say.
Art the Clown.
Oh, that's a good get.
Yeah, they're apparently putting a lot of shit into this one.
Yeah.
I was shocked that because normally when they do one of these, it's wow, there's one or two new ones.
Right.
This is fucking chock full of people. It's insane.
I also heard that the Repo guys are somehow going to be in the game.
The
I don't know
Repo guys
how.
are also in one of the... I think they're in... I don't remember if they're in this trailer or not, but they're also going to be part of a skin as well.
Yeah.
Or they might be a back thing because the way the Among Us guys were.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know because I haven't looked that deeply into it, but I know they're also in that art. They're also in that art I was talking about.
How are they doing it? Is it just like a hat?
I don't know. That's the thing. I saw an image what looked like just a very tall Repo guy. So it might be a skin where it's just just a taller version of him instead.
Okay.
So the problem is I'm not 100% certain, but they came out with a lot of different art, and so they've added a lot of characters to it.
Okay.
And so I'm very interested. And also somebody had showed, I guess one of the creator people.
Wednesday a new thing?
Yeah. Oh, that's the other one I forgot. She's apparently going to be the surprise collab.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody had mentioned, or somebody had, you know how creators sometimes get early access to stuff?
Yeah.
They had, they were showing off some of the skins that they were able to view. Mm-hmm. One of them was the Wednesday one. The Scooby-Doo gang has a cartoon shading that you can select them as.
It's weird because I saw the Scooby-Doo gang and Fred looks weird.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is that
Fred looks weird and everybody else looks fine.
That's the funny thing is that when I saw that skin, I was like, well, he looks weird. But then if you change it into the cartoon mode, he looks better.
Okay,
it's almost as if whoever was designing them started with cartoon looks.
Oh shit!
And then just fucked that part up type of thing.
So the what? That's
interesting.
That can't be what it is. That's too tall. It's way too tall.
No, but they have to make them the size of everyone else.
No, I know, but I think this is taller than a Fortnite character, isn't it?
I know, they might be zoomed in kind of thing.
I know, their legs are real stretched out, so that's very strange.
There's a whole lot of stuff that they're I'm surprised. I'm surprised that there's just a shit ton of things they're adding on this one thing this time. And I'm curious how many of them are shops and how many of them are part of the battle pass, because the battle pass hasn't started yet. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Okay. Well, now you've had an exciting story about some spooky stuff coming. How about a not exciting trailer?
Go ahead. Is it AI?
Halo Infinite put out their Halloween 2 update, and I'm like, well, but why? But why? Like,
I wish I cared about this.
Yeah,
because I love Halo. And that's what makes me so sad.
They've got this one kind of like infected skin that's kind of got like the flood all over it.
Oh, okay. So they made a new flood, because there was already like a flood type skin. Oh, this one has like more detail to it.
The Dire Singer armor set. There's like some maps, and there's some it's like a jack-o'-lantern head, but it's really weak offering. Like, there's not a lot here. Like, a lot of it just looks like more of the Halo Infinite bullshit like that they've done. So
well, that's the problem, is Halo Infinite, every time they had come out with new stuff, it just feels like it's been too late for any of this stuff.
Right.
Like, if this was like year one shit, I'm sure I would have been interested in it.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just consistently like, we've added some new things, and it's like, okay, well, like, is all of this at once? Like, no, everything still sort of rotates, and everything's really expensive still, and so you're just like, man, I don't care about this the way I should.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because I love Halo, and I just feel like I haven't loved Halo in a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. I put it on the list, and then I watched it today, and I was like, this is kind of meh. Like, it's mostly just seems like that flood.
It looks like they got some
costume.
Like machinima stuff going on at the end here.
Oh no, this whole thing is like a narrative. Like, I think it's based on a trailer they had last year, because they literally say, like, can you believe they let us make a whole thing based on a gag from the trailer from last year? So they got like one guy that's apparently like infected with the flood stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, because they're doing that like red versus blue, like moving their head up and down type thing. So.
Yep. Let's see. From there, we got the full-on launch trailer for Battlefield 6, which I think I was like, this is very exciting looking. It's like, it doesn't do anything outside of just like showing Battlefield shit happening. So like things exploding, stuff blowing up.
Well, it's cool,
intercut with like streamers yelling about how awesome it is. Like,
yeah, it's cool, but like, you also have to remember, like, you just have to hope this stuff works the way it's showing.
That's true.
Because this happened to 2042.
Sure.
They're like, look at how cool this game is, and then you played it, and every time you attempted anything similar to this, the game crashed immediately, or you had the bug of like, wasn't there like a bug where a guy's body just like slowly floated or whatever?
I mean, I know
like
that,
the 2042 had a shit ton of bugs.
I know that like there were like buildings that you could fly helicopters into because they were just invisible and they didn't have like a thing on it. The main thing is that like a lot of what they're showing in here is stuff that like I saw in the beta. Like I've seen this kind of level of carnage where, and I was thinking about it today, where it's like, I think we've actually kind of gotten to a point where like a lot of what I'm seeing in here, not everything, because says like it's a mix of cinematic and in-game stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of what you're seeing in here is stuff that can happen in the game. Like I've seen it happen in the game. So unlike just a Call of Duty montage of a whole bunch of shit happening that is never going to be your experience in the game, I think that this is a little bit more indicative of what's actually going to be like.
We've seen so many of these trailers where they're like, look at all the cool shit that's going on around you that makes it seem like a really intense battle, and then you play the actual game and you're like, well, there's like one helicopter over there, maybe a tank that one guy has. Like, you're never really fully with your team sometimes.
Yep.
Like, it never really feels like what these trailers show, but destruction-wise, hopefully you see all that stuff at least, even if you're by yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out. We do the dojos for it. So, let's see. Next up, we got the launch trailer for Digimon Storytime Stranger.
Yeah, watch us play this one if that hasn't come out yet. Or I'm sure it's out by now, right?
Yep. I put up part 1 the day we're recording this.
We had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. It was strangely compelling. I actually finally found out when I was going online when I was putting this up, Digimon Story is a subset of Digimon games.
Oh.
There are a series of Digimon games called Digimon Story something else. So like they didn't put a colon in the name, but like I did, because I think people need to know.
Yeah.
If Digimon Story Time Stranger is the name of this episode.
There's
like,
also
spin-off.
like this trailer also has like a lot of characters we never encountered or found out their names type of thing. So.
Yes. But what we played, again, was strangely compelling for a franchise that I have very little interest in. So
yeah, it's a game that felt more beginner friendly than I expected.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that I could kind of just auto battle my way through a lot of it without having to think about it was like, yeah, I don't want to have to get into the nitty gritty of equipping this and that and the other thing. But it also just looks really nice. I don't know. I have a feeling that this one's probably going to like fly a little bit under the radar, but it seems like a really good like JRPG.
Yeah, I actually ended up getting interested in playing this, and I haven't done anything Digimon related in years.
Yep. So yeah, check it out. Check out the dojos that we did for it. It's pretty cool. Let's see. We got the cinematic trailer for 2XKO that went into beta this week.
Oh yeah.
This is a 4-minute long trailer, and it's actually kind of compelling. It's about the that one dude with the time powers, and there's like a cat lady, and they're fighting like a samurai guy, and then it's like they have a whole backstory about how like the cat lady, she lives in like the wilderness, and then like the time guy lives in like the city, and then one day they like met and they hung out and they were cool and they learned about each other's fears and dreams, and then they have to fight a werewolf. And they do it. And they kick his ass.
Yeah, this fighting game it'll all depend on if it can last long enough to get more characters. In my opinion, that's where we're at with this game.
I saw a thing about it where they said that like there are no special inputs in the game.
Interesting.
That like there is no mode. It's all like
it's all the easy thing sort of thing.
It's like a one button special. It's more like Smash. It's a one button special.
Oh.
And then there's like a secondary. There's like a special and there's like a power attack, and then if you hit them both, that's like the full meter burn, like ultimate type of thing.
Interesting.
But that apparently it's like it's pretty easy to understand, but then it's one of those games where you can do those like Killer Instinct combos. It takes off like a third of people's health. You just like juggle, swap in, like special attack, juggle, swap in special attack, and then like so it'll be interesting to see how it's the problem that I have right now is that it's only available through the Riot launcher on PC.
Oh, so this is the PC beta.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta say though, this opening cutscene, the cinematic thing, is really cool. Like,
no, it's very compelling. Like you said, it's actually like really cool, really well animated.
Yep.
It's doing the right like scenes and changes and stuff.
Yep. It's like Riot is very good at like. They've gotten really good with their storytelling and art stuff over the last few years.
Yeah, that's the thing I will say about their world that they have is that it has a lot of cross-media potential that has seen fruition in quite a few places. Mm-hmm. And it's just that's why I'm always more interested in when they are doing it compared to other people.
Yeah.
So I actually am hopeful that this game will work out fine for them.
Yep. Yeah, so go check that out. We also got just the straight up the trailer for that werewolf guy. It's called Warwick.
Oh, okay. He's huge.
He's very big. He reminds me of the dude from Darkstalkers, right?
Oh, I can see that, yeah.
It's the punk rock.
The same shade almost.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. I don't know. I kind of want to take a shot at this, but like my dance card is really full for October right now. So
honestly, you're better off just waiting after it leaves beta, basically.
Yeah.
Like unless you really are into like fighting games, there's no real big reason to play the beta right away.
Yeah, I don't know. The idea that it's like easy to learn but hard to master, I'm like, no, I want easy to learn and easy to master. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get to see some online matches or something.
I know they want to do like a tournament or something to advertise it more. So
yeah,
maybe we'll see some cool stuff that way.
Absalom came out this week, launched this week. This is the .emu roguelike beat 'em up that we saw a little while back. So this is actually full on out. It's got 1 and 2 player co-op, kind of taking up the slack from what Dragon's Crown, I guess, was the last time we had a kind of do the same thing over and over again, but in a beat 'em up RPG.
Yeah, and in this sort of fantasy setting.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
I think it looks amazing. I think it looks really fantastic.
No, it looks really good because Dotomo is one of the people that also worked on the Ninja Turtles stuff. They came out. It's just that this one isn't like pixel based, so this one's just gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
Instead, well, not instead. I don't mean that to mean the other one doesn't. It's more like just normal art, like
it's
graphics.
just like it's just like cartoon heavy lines.
It's a 2D animation more than a pixel animation thing.
But yeah, everything about it looks just like absolutely gorgeous. So I really would like to give this one a shot because it came out October 9th, came out the day that we recorded this. So
nice.
Yep. Let's see. We got an announcement for a game called Devil Jam. I put this on here, and then I kind of went and looked it up. You're playing as a band in hell, and the devil is a record producer, and apparently you're going to pick a character, and you're going to go out in the world, and it's Hades. The spoiler alert, it's Hades, or maybe Vampire Survivors.
No, it looks like Vampire Survivors so far.
But then, like, there's these like
but it's got like a Hades
very intricate like
addition to it.
Yeah, like then a person like one of the 7 deadly sins comes up, and they're all like kind of modern looking, and they give you a power.
So it's a fusion of Hades and Vampire Survivor.
Yes.
That's kind of fun, actually.
Which seems like a kind of an interesting thing. Like I dig the art style, and I like these character designs quite a bit.
Because I know Vampire Survivor is already kind of roguelike. Yeah. But like this one having people you talk to get your things is what makes it different in that way, but more like Hades in that way too.
It looks like also I didn't notice it the first time around where there's like a bar at the bottom where it looks like you can set powers in a specific configuration so that they happen with the songs. Okay. Because there's also like a bit of like rock and roll soundtrack on this, right?
Oh,
so
that makes sense, yeah.
It looks like, when you see down here these things, it looks like each time this goes forward, it like attacks.
Yeah.
And then as you see that as it goes through, it's like you're putting powers in these specific like time beats.
I cannot emphasize how much these Hades stuff is happening whenever the people pop up. It's the exact same like fucking pose area.
They look a lot like the gods when they come up in Hades. So Vampire Survivors X Hades, I'm down for that.
That's actually not a terrible idea.
Yeah, I'm like, cool, sure, give it to me. I don't think it has. It's just got coming soon. So
okay.
Speaking of hell, Painkiller is coming out pretty soon. We got the Blood Pact trailer, which looks pretty cool once again, right up until the point where they're like, and also your friends are there and it's co-op, and I'm like, god damn it, Painkiller.
That's what the Blood Pact thing is, right? Like,
yes.
Specifically?
Yes. Oh yeah, we had the trailer for that last time.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be a fun time if you know people to play with, but I don't know. Otherwise, just play the game, the normal game part.
You know what I don't understand is, you know how like in video games, how they keep chasing trends, Michael? It's like, why don't they chase the trend of like a pretty well-made single-player game that sells a bajillion copies? Like, why is it always like, we got to put co-op in this game? It's like, Painkiller wasn't co-op, and you're making a new Painkiller. You're obviously going to be trying to get the people who liked the original. Why the fuck do you keep throwing this co-op shit back in my face?
There's always a guy who's like, we want him to be able to keep playing the same game that they just bought, even though that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because I doubt there's a DLC like thing for your multiplayer thing.
But like,
because that's what they did to Doom 2016 when it came out.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, the single player is amazing. It's like, well, there's also this kind of half-assed multiplayer mode that no one fucking touched.
Yeah, but like if you make a good enough game, people will play New Game Plus. Like, they will keep playing it once they're done with it. They'll play it on a harder difficulty.
That's the thing that always confused me. I'm like, why don't you just put more work into the New Game Plus part of it?
Right.
And also, like, just them playing it again doesn't really make more money happen. Yeah. As well. I don't know. It never made any sense to me when they chase trends like that.
I don't know. It's just there's so many examples of like Baldur's Gate and Astrobot and Balatro and fucking like, you know.
I guess it's to maybe like also have a reason to charge full price for longer, I guess.
Maybe.
But the thing that makes sense to me.
But it also like they all look the same and they always end up being like kind of half-assed.
Yes.
So it's like, well, why are you making a worse game, but it's got multiplayer? It's like, right, but we've seen what happens when people don't play your multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like, it's real sad and shit, right?
Very sad, very fast.
So I don't know. We got a new trailer for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. talking all about the La Sombra faction. So when
do they hack a lot?
What's that?
Do they hack a lot?
No. Oh no. That's a different. That's La Brava, not La Sombra. Yeah, these characters actually they do like darkness powers.
Okay.
Like they have a really kind of cool power where it's like you can target somebody and then it's like
But that's just Trinity from the Matrix.
yeah,
by the way.
there's a lot. There's a couple of these that are very Matrix where you can just like disappear and then just reappear in the shadow of a person.
Oh, that's fun.
And then you can like go into like the shadow world, or you can make people like hallucinate and run away, and some cool stuff. I don't know. Like, I think Chinese Room is trying to get people not to be like too excited for this. Like that they want people to be like, it's not going to be like the other one where you can just do a lot of stuff. It's going to be a little bit more of a narrative game.
We're trying to be a little more like single player friendly.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool, personally. Like,
no, it looks fantastic. That's
got all kinds of fucking vampire powers.
I never played the first one, but I remember hearing you did like a lot of insane shit in that one. But there's only so much you can do nowadays without making a game be impossible to be finished.
Yep. They also have like there's a priest outfit, and if you have the priest outfit, people on the street will like treat you like a priest.
I guess that makes sense.
Including somebody who says they had like a fantasy about sexy priests, and it's like, oh, you're gonna get drained tonight.
In multiple ways.
Yeah.
Stupid sexy priests.
That's coming out relatively soon as well. The 21st of October.
Yeah, that thing got delayed like a lot. I'm surprised it's finally coming out.
Well, that other company was making it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then finally they got Chinese Room to start up. It's kind of like I wonder if it's going to be like a Dead Rising 2.
Or the Dead Island 2 thing?
Dead Island 2. Yeah, Dead Island 2 thing.
I hope so, because that turned out very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We got the announcement of, we got a bunch of horror stuff in here. Cult of Blood, which looks like a kind of a like a little bit more simplistic indie kind of survival horror game with some kind of card like component. So it's like an isometric top down like action game where you're shooting at guys. But then it looks like you've got some kind of card setup. They show like a point where you can like move stuff around and set up some kind of card based thing. It's got some like, it's not the most detailed graphics in the world, but it looks like it could be really fun.
No, yeah, it looks it's one of the more simplistic, like kind of fun. It looks like a stick shooter almost.
Yeah.
A twin stick shooter.
I don't know. I personally wonder if it's like turn-based or something. Could be.
No, they're like dodging and shit, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like dodging around.
I don't know. Very, very little information, but I think it looks pretty cool. So
not a single lamb in it, though.
What's that?
I said not a single lamb in it, though.
Laminate. What?
A lamb? A cult of lamb. It's a cult of lamb joke. It's too late now.
Okay,
the joke's passed.
All right. Fair enough. Let's see. From there, we got... I thought I rearranged these. A game called Liminal Point, which is another kind of isometric survival horror game, except this one, it's a lady with the big boobs that are out.
It's for a 10 out of 10 then. Everyone should play this.
It's also a lot more detailed than the other one. Like,
it's got a lot of Silent Hill DNA from the fog of it.
Yeah. I think it looks really interesting, but there was a point later on in the trailer where she's running around and it's like boobity, 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 boobity. And I'm like, is this really necessary, you guys? Is it really necessary to have the jiggle physics?
Also, this trailer's not doing a lot for me because of the way it's like trying to make certain things look cool.
Yeah.
By making it's just slow-mo. It's like, this game's probably not going to be all that interesting.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of this like weird isometric Resident Evil kind of thing.
I can see that, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like Crow Country. Kind of like that.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
But a little bit more like detailed. So they even have just a straight up Resident Evil health system in there.
Well, she looks like Claire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they kind of did not hide the fact of what they're doing.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be fine. I think it'll be fine.
No, it could be good. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to rip it off, might as well have some fun with it type of thing.
Rip it all the way off.
And that's a Silent Hill fucking 2 thing right there.
Yeah. There's some kind of sexy demon lady. I don't know. There's a lot going on here.
A
lot going on in this.
Maybe it'll be fine.
Who can say? All right, let's see. From there, we got this is a demo announcement for a game called Father that looks an awful lot like The Witch.
I was about to say.
Yeah, where like I don't know if you're playing as the titular father or not, but it's like a dude what took his family out into the middle of the forest in order to take them away from the sin of the city. But then there's like a whole bunch of weirdo fucking spooky things happening.
A lot of devil worshiping shit going on.
It really looks like the Witch game or something like that.
It feels like somebody's
game version of the Witch.
Yeah, somebody watched The Witch and just went, I could do that.
Yeah. Apparently there's some
Instead
kind
of Black
of
Phillip, he's like kind of Gray Phillip.
Apparently there's some kind of like sanity meter. I don't know if you're playing as like one of the other family members where you have to keep the father from killing you for your sins.
I could see that. That actually would be kind of a fun idea.
There's also like one frame in this where it shows them all very modern. So I don't know if this is like, because everything looks like very like Pilgrim times, but then there's like this one like part where it's like they're sitting on a couch and they're like the studio audience.
Yeah, it's like a sitcom looking thing.
Yeah. And also there's that weird part at the beginning where the guy's got like the crown on his head. So I don't know. I don't know what the shit is going on.
It's going to be a very surreal game, and I'm curious as to where it's going to go.
Yeah. Apparently it's got a demo out now on Steam. We got the demo launch trailer for a game called Side Effects. This is an interesting one. This is basically Russian roulette with pills.
Oh yeah, because it looks a lot like that
buckshot roulette
one. Yeah,
yep.
It's got the same kind of layout and everything.
Yep. Where you've got two test subjects and you're each taking pills and you're trying to make sure to take the pills that are the good pills and not the bad ones. And the guy sitting across from you who is real weird looking, and if you lose, they kill you somehow. So.
I think they just die from the drugs, I think is the idea.
Yeah.
But then they just don't revive you. It's the same like buckshot idea. I wonder if it's the same people.
That's a good question.
Because it just looks like somebody was like, I want to do buckshot, but kind of weird, or even weirder somehow.
Yeah.
Because it is more grotesque looking, because it actually is more detailed than that buckshot one was.
It's published by Free Lives? Oh.
Interesting.
So fucking... The developer is four people's names.
Ew,
Hero Hoon, Mr. Pootsley, J Booty, and Lofar 42. I think they just wanted to make their own shotgun roulette.
I was about to say, I'm 99% certain that's not the guy.
Yep.
Basically.
So yeah,
it's. I want to say it's a shame, but I think it's interesting that game of all games inspired another game like it.
Yes.
So.
Plus, it's an interesting idea when it comes to like buckshot roulette was an interesting idea, but this is also just like, here's a bunch of loose pills.
Yeah.
Like you choose the pill and then take it or something. I don't know what's going on.
Buckshot roulette had a lot of like, it was a lot of just like, well, I can know how many bullets are left type of thing.
Right.
This is just pill shit. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. I don't know. Be interesting to check it out. So. We got the announcement of a game called A Pinball Game That Makes You Mad.
Oh God.
That appears to just be like the it appears to be like the Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy of pinball games.
Yeah.
That just goes on and on forever. And they talk about how like there's a mode in the game that is like where there's checkpoints and you can do stuff, but there's also one that doesn't have any of that, where you've got to do it all, and if you lose progress, that's on you, bro. And I'm like, okay,
yeah, I'm going mad just looking at this. Holy shit, this is stressful.
Yeah, yeah, especially because pinball is not an exact science.
No,
like
whoever tells you that is a liar.
Yeah. So yeah, and it looks. It looks fucking crazy.
I can't wait to watch a streamer play this and lose their shit.
I can't wait to watch somebody play this with like a dance pad. Apparently, it's just one button.
Oh, okay.
It's just one button that makes the flippers go, and that's it.
Oh, damn! So you don't even control like each flipper.
Yep,
that's fucking crazy.
Demo coming out October 6th. Speaking of balls, we got the Ball Pit Ball Evolution trailer. This is coming out in a few weeks too.
Oh yeah, we saw the trailer for this, and I'm like, oh, this is that fucking game, but like. Crazy as shit. The Devolver Kenny what's its thing game. Yeah. So yeah, you can like synthesize different balls, and they show off some balls. They show off like a holy ball that does these like giant cross-shaped lasers. They show one that's like a spider ball where you shoot it and then little spider eggs come out. There's like a freeze one. There's like a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. So like it's kind of this weird breakout, like it's fascinating to look at. Breakout style game where the things keep coming towards you. Yeah, because it's like it's got that Space Invaders and thing about it at the same time. Which is not a bad idea, all things considered.
Absolutely not.
This looks like it'd be chaotic fun.
It looks like it could be good. It looks like it could either be like an afternoon of good, or like we're gonna obsess about this for the rest of the year good.
That's the thing. Every time I'm like, I don't know if I would really be into that, and then seconds later, I'm the third hour of Balatro,
right,
type of thing. So it's like this could go either way.
Yeah, Balatro is definitely like that. So yeah, and then I think so. We got I forgot. It's like in a week, I think, or October 15th.
Right, yeah,
so next week.
Soon.
So this week, as of hearing this. Let's see. Changing gears entirely. Dino Cop. Michael, Dino Cop.
Let's go on.
So this is a world where there's dinosaurs and people, and no dinosaurs want to be cops. So you were born and then assigned the job cop from birth. So you were the only dinosaur detective.
Oh, so you're literally like, okay, that's crazy.
And the dinosaurs don't trust you. You're going around like investigating, and it's like a raptor with like a Sherlock Holmes hat.
I was about to say that. My favorite thing is he's dressed like Sherlock Holmes. He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a detective.
Yep. And he's got a little magnifying glass. But then like this trailer takes a weird turn where it's like, but are you actually doing what's best for dinosaurs, or are you just spreading human propaganda? It's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably like a system where it's like, well, could you let them free type of thing where you actually stop them? Who knows?
Yep. Also, there's a character called Fuck Off Steve, and I like that. I like there's a character called Fuck Off Steve. Yeah, this looks goofy and amazing.
Yeah, there's a changing mechanic. So you start as a Sherlock Holmes.
Yep.
But I just saw him wear fairy wings and a cowboy hat. So
I'm more curious about that one part where like you can just pick up people's underwear and socks and throw them around, or like there's one part where he's just yanking stuff off a shelf and throwing it on the ground, like stealing from people. I don't know. I can't tell what this is, but I'm kind of into it.
I'm kind of into it too. This looks kind of amazing.
Yep. Dino Cop. Maybe he could team up with Shotgun Cop Man.
That's the crossover we need.
That's a crossover. November 6th is when it's coming out, so not too far. I'm going to have to put it on see if I can get Matt to come over and play that.
So you should.
Give me the dinosaur facts. So, and
this
then last
is right up his alley.
On the trailer parade, Power Wash Simulator 2. A full-on release date for Power Wash Simulator 2. So they kind of talk about like the entire game. There's like a few different brands of the sprayers. There's like the floor ones, all the stuff. There's like cats. There's a bunch of jokey jokes, and there's like the office that you can decorate with the things that you've cleaned.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff. I don't know. I played the demo for this on the PC, and it ran kind of assily.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh no, come on, guys. Don't pull that UE Engine 5 crap on Power Wash Simulator. No!
Maybe they'll just optimize it later.
I don't know. Maybe they will. Or maybe it's like better on consoles, but I don't really want to play Power Wash on PC.
It's easier on PC.
Yep. October 23rd is when this is coming out. So, again.
That's not far from now.
Yeah, right around the corner. It's like a week. We can change.
I'm still shocked that this game changed. We played the original one because we had nothing else to do at the time.
Yep.
And then it became like, one, Jeff's obsession.
Yep.
And two, everyone's obsession.
Yep.
I was shocked by that.
I mean, it took like a weekend to play through every single level in the game. And then it was like they put out some new stuff, and I was like, yeah, I got an hour to spare.
I could shit ton of DLC, by the way,
I
for
can
that
do all
first
these
one.
DLCs. So, yep. Yeah, and that's our trailers for this week. We got a few more things though before we wrap up. Let's see. PS Plus is probably going to be getting Silent Hill 2 remake this month. This is from tipster Billy Kuhn.
This is the extra plan, by the way.
Yes.
For people who don't know.
Yes, PlayStation Plus Extra leaking this that it's probably going to be October 21st and that you'll be able to download it. So right in time. I think what they also had, like Alan Wake 2 is the current thing on there.
Yeah, Alan Wake 2, I want to say Ghost Simulator 3, and I don't know what the other one is.
Cocoon.
Cocoon?
Yeah.
There's a Cocoon game?
The it's like a puzzle game where you carry the ball. And
I want to be Wilford Brimley.
Yeah. You go into the ball. There's like a whole other world in the ball. You're like a little beetle that carries balls around.
Oh,
You
that
gotta
makes
put
more
them in
sense.
different places. So.
Yeah. That was about old people.
No, it's not about old people.
I was like, they made a Cocoon game?
No. So yeah, that's good. I memean, I played all the way through Silent Hill 2. It convinced me to play Chronos: The Last Dawn. So
Well, maybe I'll play this one. I don't know. I still haven't. I still was because I liked Silent Hill 1 a lot and 2 a lot, but I heard mixed things about the remake for a bit. So maybe they fixed some of it.
Oh, about the way that it looks on the PS5.
Yeah, because there were some issues it had here and there at the time.
I don't know if they fixed it or not. I know that I've been watching Silent Hill F to see if there's some kind of performance patch either for the PC or the PS5.
Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe I'll have to check on that then.
I don't know. It dragged on a little while. Oh, you know what? I think when this came out, I played on the PS5 Pro and didn't even realize all the things that they talked about. Like I wasn't really digging into the pixels or PSSR or anything.
Yeah.
I was just playing the game, and then they were like, "It's terrible," and I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's what happened to me with Alan Wake 2.
I beat it. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was terrible.
Yeah, I was playing Alan Wake 2 with the PS5 Pro, and people were like, "Well, there's all these weird things that happen here and there," and I was like, "I just thought that was part of the game."
Yeah, yeah.
Things are just weird, so I just thought I was like, "Oh, that makes it all illusiony."
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. So
yeah, I ended up loving it. I was like, "This works for me."
Let's see. Game Pass updated with what they're coming out with in October. Now that they're jacking up the price.
Yeah.
So let's
better be
see.
worth it.
Well, it depends. Do you like Ninja Gaiden?
Sometimes.
Because that's kind of it. Supermarket Simulator, Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Editions on October 9th. The casting of Frank Stone, the Dead by Daylight or the Dead by Daylight spin-off single-player game.
That's right.
Ball Pit is coming October 15th. The Grinch Christmas Adventures.
Everyone loves The Grinch.
On October 15th.
That's worth $30, right?
Yep. Eternal Strands on October 15th. I swear to God, I looked this up earlier and then I forgot.
Is it a Strand-like?
Oh, no. This is the game I played earlier this year. This is a game that came out in January that's like a weird cross between... you climb on big monsters.
Oh, that's right.
And you use magic.
You were telling me about it.
It's got a bunch of crazy characters. I played all the way through this and really enjoyed it.
No,
so.
yeah, you were telling me about it. It looked really cool.
Yeah,
actually, that's pretty cool. Actually,
Eternal Strands. Yeah, that's why it is familiar. He Is Coming is October 15th.
That was his game preview, whatever that means.
Oh yeah, I think that's still in early access on PC. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on October 15th. PAX Day. Is that just one of those weird European monarchy simulators? Oh, or
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Roman monarchy
I'm looking at
simulators?
it. I can't tell you what it is.
It's like an action game. It's like a Roman. No, it's like a medieval
PG thing.
I don't know what the fuck this is. Some kind of third-person action game I've never heard of before, where you use the Lord to cast spells on guys or something.
Never
I don't know.
this.
Yeah, that's coming out October 16th.
Though.
Keeper on October 17th. Did you know that the Double Fine Keeper was going to be out October 17th?
Right. I forgot about that. I was like, why does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. That one looked kind of cool, though.
Evil West on the 21st.
That's a great one.
I love Evil West.
That's a great choice.
And then Ninja Gaiden 4 on October 21st. I got to be honest, I think, I don't want to be too flippant, right? But there's some duds in here, but there's some good stuff in there.
No.
As long as you're
the
not
Grinch
just
is great.
playing every single game the day it comes out, right? The casting of Frank Stone, if you're into those kind of the Supermassive games, it's supposed to be a really good version of that.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the Grinch because it's the middle of October when this is happening.
Yep.
So it's why that now?
Why now?
Wait till December minimum.
And see, you'll never guess that it expires on November 24th.
If it did, I would have been like, "Fuck you." But the Christmas is earlier every year, Jeff.
We just talked about Ball Pit and how that looks good.
That does look great.
Eternal Strands looks good.
Eternal Strands was
Ninja Gaiden
cool.
2 Black was fun.
Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 is pretty cool.
Keeper
looks great.
Evil West is great. Everybody should play Evil West.
It's super good.
It's so good. So yeah.
But they're losing a few games apparently.
Yeah, losing Cocoon, Core Keeper, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed. Okay. I think that was the Persona one. The one that had the social links.
Was that? Oh, was that the one based on the movie?
I think so.
Because that was the one. Oh yeah, because it says the mutants thing. So
yes.
That one was interesting.
That was a very strange game. Hey, good news, Claire Obscure fans. There's going to be a free update from Claire Obscure. New playable environment, some new boss battles, some new costumes, some new localizations, and more surprises, all for free.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Especially for a game like that. That's really good.
No date yet, but they put out like a teaser image that had 2 characters in it that if you played the game, I think I've got an idea of what this is going to be. Like, I can think of one thing that would make sense with this.
It's a romance option.
Dude, there's already romance in that game. There's already romance options in that game. So I think it's going to be like a prequel type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like a memory type of thing. So
I never played it, so that it's all gobbledygook.
Good stuff. Bethesda's having Fallout Day this year, October 23rd, Fallout Day.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they'll finally announce that Fallout 3 remake?
I hope so. Because they need something. Because I know they're finally doing something for the show.
Yep.
For Fallout 76. Apparently.
Yes, the ghoul is going to be a quest giver in the new expansion.
Took them a while, but I get it's why. I get it because they probably didn't expect it to work out the way they did originally.
Yep. I'm hoping they put out Fallout 3 remastered because I love Fallout 3 and I'd like to play it. Also, I hope when they put it out that it doesn't run like total shit.
That would
like
be great.
Oblivion does.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. I don't think that thing's even fixed yet. Like,
no, as far as I know, it's not.
So,
which is a shame.
ESRB rating for Aliens Fireteam Elite 2.
Oh,
so
that's an interesting one to get a sequel.
Yeah, Aliens Fireteam Elite was the third-person Left 4 Dead kind of swarm PvE
I think
game.
you played that with Jason, right?
Yep, him and I played that when it came out. It was all right. It's not really the kind of game I'm into, but
what's the problem with some of these games that when they're based on tie-ins and they're just multiplayer type things, you kind of want more narrative stuff that aren't VR related.
It wasn't a bad game, so
no, people liked it a lot actually. If I remember correctly,
maybe they'll get
like it still was one of the better multiplayer tie-in games from what I remember. So
yeah,
and Alien is pretty good for that sort of thing.
It is indeed. Lots of aliens. Let's see. And then bad news. We got 2 big bad newses, Michael.
Oh, what happened?
Big bad newses. October was the month that Mina the Hollower was supposed to come out. It's supposed to come out on October 31st.
What do you mean it was supposed to?
It's no longer coming out on October 31st.
Why, though?
Because they say they need more time.
Fuck.
Yep.
That game looked great.
This week, our team made a tough decision. We decided to delay Mina the Hollower. The entire crew has been working tirelessly day and night to finish development for release on October 31st, but we're just not quite there yet. This isn't a major delay. It's just a stretch of time to apply some final polish and balancing to make the game truly shine.
Oh, okay.
The new release date is ? They said they're not going to say anything until they've got it posted on the store ready to ship. So
that's not a terrible thing to do, and it also gives them a chance to like maybe release it when something else isn't out or something.
Yep.
That's a shame.
And then here's the other one. You know what else is supposed to go into early access in October? Kingmakers.
Oh man.
Yep.
Fuck, I was trying to guess what it was, but Kingmakers was not going to be in my head for that.
It was set for yesterday. It was supposed to go into early access, and it has now been delayed with nothing.
No.
Just like they said, we're not quite there yet. We have to keep working on it. We got to go back to the drawing board.
That one bums me out a lot, actually, because the game looked hella stupid fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I kind of get it because it probably is so hella stupid fun that probably doesn't work the way they want to yet.
It's probably hella stupid fun, but then you need something that, like, it can't wear out its welcome.
Yes.
Like, it has to have a way to continue being fun over time and not just be like, what a great concept. I played 2 levels and now I'm bored. Like,
yeah, there's this quote where it says we don't want to cut any planned features.
Yep.
Which is a good thing to not do. It's like, because if you have too little features, you get bored pretty quickly.
Yes. So for anybody who doesn't remember, Kingmakers was the one where it was like, what if you had a machine gun in the Middle Ages? And so you're like driving a technical around, like shooting knights on horseback and stuff.
The funny thing is it started as like, what if you just had a gun? And then all of a sudden there's just vehicles upon vehicles and future weapons that were even as well. I was like, this is getting better by the second.
Yep. And then last but kind of not least, the whole thing. System Shock 2, the original System Shock 2 is being removed from storefronts. This is just the original, so the remaster that they just put out, that Night Dive put out, is still going to be there. And if you buy the remaster, you get the original with it.
Is that if you buy it now? Or
yes.
Okay.
post delisting, the only way to get the original version will be to buy the remaster and get the original with it.
Okay.
That makes sense?
No, it does, yeah. I think.
Which, like, I understand why they did that, because the remaster is $30, and that game was like $10 on Steam because it's been around forever.
That's true.
And, like, you could have bought that game for $10 and then, like, slapped a bunch of mods on it and probably made it work fine. From everything I've heard, the remaster is very good. So it's not like a total nut kick. It's just kind of a way to get more money. So
yeah, because they didn't like the remaster wasn't like overly changing things, if I remember correctly.
No, it was very mechanically focused.
You'll probably have just as much fun either way.
We played it for Patreon, right?
Yeah, we did.
We kept getting hit in the head with that. We were smashing that one guy with like a fucking pipe wrench.
Yeah, we died a lot in that Patreon video, but we had a lot of fun for what we got far into.
Yeah. All right, and then let's wrap it up with a couple of real weird and fun stuff. I didn't know this had happened, but like, there's this guy online called Kurt J. Mack who has spent the last 14 and a half years in a single Minecraft game.
Oh wow!
Like traveling. So without hacks or bugs or mods. And it turns out that this is an older version of Minecraft because there was a point where you would, because Minecraft apparently as you went, it would just keep generating new areas.
Yeah.
However, you could finally get a buffer overrun if you went far enough. Like it would be tracking like how far you've gone. And if you get the math on that to fuck up, like it would cause weird shit to happen, and technically you would get to the edge of the world. And what the edge of the world is like another world that is horizontally like just shoved into the world like a wall. And so this guy has been doing this thing where he just goes online and he has been just like going in the direction. And then kind of like podcasting, just kind of talking to people and hanging out and doing stuff.
He's wearing a suit in this video.
Yeah. And he finally hit it. He finally hit the edge of the world where it's like there's an entire other world that's now stacked vertically. Like it's like turned.
Yeah. It's to keep you from going any further, essentially.
I think you still can. I think you can go into it.
Well, no,
it goes
you can.
Like down,
but yeah.
But like, yeah.
He also did it on day 69.
Yep.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's really fun. I like that people still have new ways of doing random shit in Minecraft.
Absolutely. Also, this is a much more technically intricate video.
This I did hear about, actually.
There's a guy that found some new lost levels in actually the Super Mario lost levels. He was using like the -1 like world skip and doing some other really strange things to find these increasingly weird and fucked up Mario levels that are like not really viable.
Yeah, and they were never seen originally.
Yes.
Because for people who don't know, Super Mario The Lost Levels, and this isn't him saying that he found the Lost Levels, Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels is the remake of the original Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan.
Yeah.
That they thought, well, that somebody smartly, rightfully thought, this game is so hard that America is going to be pissed off at us.
Yep.
Which is why we have our version of Super Mario Brothers 2. And so he was speedrunning, and he discovered lost levels within the lost levels.
Yes.
And I think that's fascinating.
Yeah. Like, he was showing, like, just one of the original things that you could do was, like, if you jumped in Mario and Mario's head hit the right side of a block, it would, like, move his center point over a little bit.
Really?
So if you continually did that, like in different places, you can only do it one block, one move per block.
At a time, yeah.
It would make so that Mario's default state was on the right-hand side of the screen and not the middle.
Which would make it easier to go to the level.
And then when you went into you did the skip to go into the warp zone to get into minus world, instead of being at the far left warp zone, you'd be on the far right warp zone.
Wow.
So you could go down it because the camera wouldn't work. So but yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, he really explains this Cosmic, Kosmic, after 39 years, new Mario levels discovered. And like, and one of the things about the lost levels is that it saves your progress.
Well, yeah,
like,
there was an option to save your game.
Yes.
Which is one of the reasons why because these are all in the Super Mario Brothers All Stars.
Yes.
So that was one of the reasons why it was like a very sought out version of Mario.
Yeah. And some are just completely fucking garbage. So, yep. Interesting stuff. You should go check it out, especially if you're a fan of Mario, because
that's really cool.
A lot of weird stuff happening.
Yeah, it's clear this is all like unused code that just stayed. Because the thing about a lot of people understand about gaming coding is you never know what will just break the game if you take it out, type of thing. So that's what they always have to make sure of.
I remember it was you that I was talking to about like there's a bunch of games where if you just let them run for a long time, they finally just fuck up.
Yeah.
Because there's like a timer, and if it gets to like 999999, it can't do anything, and then it just starts fucking shit up real bad. So.
That's pretty insane what people had to do to make games finish.
Yep. Yep. And then last but not least, Michael was the one that tipped me off to this, so I'm gonna let you.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Let you talk about it. There's secret baby steps, right?
So in Baby Steps, there are cutscenes because it is a narrative game overall. But if you, for instance, if Jeff had decided he was going to just play the game for a while before doing a dojo on it and somehow beat the game that way, it would give you a 28-minute unskippable cutscene instead.
Actually, that's not what it is.
What is it now?
So, okay, this is even more wacky than
it's even wackier than what the headline said?
Than that.
Okay.
So, when you play Baby Steps, there are cutscenes. And every time a cutscene comes up, if you hold down a button, you can skip the cutscene. It's this little thing down in the corner. Now, like, the first time you do it, you hold down the A button and it just skips it.
Yeah.
But as you keep skipping cutscenes, it makes that a puzzle that is harder and harder to solve, where you have to, like,
see, that I didn't know.
Tap a button, or you have to hit the A button right at the time when like a thing happens. You have to like catch a little thing. It's like a little circle game that you'll see where you have to hit the A button right when these little things come out, and then you have to do that.
Yeah.
So if you
to keep skipping,
if you do that a number of times, I don't actually think this is the actual end of the game, but like if you do this a number of times, you get to this one cutscene where the main character is at this house and this donkey guy shows up, and halfway through the actual cutscene that's in the game, he just stops and he's like, "Man, we shouldn't even like do this." Like they just keep skipping them. Like it was skipping what? Skip the cutscenes. They just keep skipping them. And he's like, "What do you mean they skip them?" It's like they skipped every single cutscene that's happened in the game so far. I just don't think they. Like we weren't like we I care about my game. And the donkey's like, well, maybe it's like a parent, and like, you know, there's like the penis part, and he's like, yeah, maybe, but they skipped all of them. And he's like, and so then there's this 28-minute long unskippable cutscene where the main character and this donkey man with his dick out just sit down and they basically just start talking, and it's like a podcast, and it's completely unskippable, and they just keep talking. They say they keep waiting for the player to skip the scene, and then they start talking about like, oh, what do you want for lunch? And he's like, oh, I want the broccoli sandwich again. And he's like, they talk about broccoli Rob, they talk about where they're gonna go, what they're gonna do for the weekend, and it just goes on, and at a certain point they ask the person that is working the camera to just point the camera up so they're not even on the screen anymore. And then they just keep talking, and 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 it's just this back and forth, man.
It's pretty incredible,
and it's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's what it was. But because I saw some of it, but I didn't get the chance to fully read it.
Yeah.
But oh my god, what a wonderful fucking insane thing to add to a game.
Yeah. I love it when games reward that level of like weird intricacy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you skip every single cutscene, well, then we got something for you.
it completely fucks with the idea of somebody speedrunning this game, and that's way funnier than I expected.
Yep. So
what an incredible idea.
Yep. And it just keeps on and on and on and on. I didn't even watch it all the way to the end. I don't even know what happens at the end. So
I'm pretty sure it just cuts back to them or something.
You can go check that out. Oh, it says, let's see here. What does it say? Oh, wait, are they gonna roll the credits of the game? Oh,
then maybe it does end there.
Maybe it just ends the entire game. I don't know. The video ends right when they stop talking. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, go check it out. And that's it. That's the podcast. Michael, tell the fine people where they can find you when you're not over here. Help me go over all the depressing news of the podcast.
You can find me at oneofus.net. We do a lot of movie and television reviews. You can also find me under YouTube under Super Maniacs. It's a Superman podcast I do. I don't know if we're still going to do this first or next, but we're going to talk about the rest of the current run that is out for Absolute Superman at the moment, because we talked about the first 6 issues recently.
Okay.
So we'll see see if that's what we'll end up doing on Monday, or we might talk about Peacemaker. We're not 100% certain yet.
Okay. Sounds good. Also, patreon.com/RageSelect. If you like the podcast, that's one of the ways that we help to fund all this stuff. So, yeah, go over there, kick us $5 a month. We get Discord access. You get bonus videos. There's a bunch on Patreon already. And also send out a big email blast every Monday. So, yep. Couldn't make this site work without the fine patrons. I know times are tough. So if you got an extra $5, throw it in the jar. Just throw it in the jar. It'll be very much appreciated. Yeah, that's it. Oh, wait, I forgot. We were supposed to have a theme this entire podcast.
We're an unskippable cutscene, as it turns out.
Yeah. The theme was that gaming and the capitalism sucks real bad. So, yeah, that's it. All right, bye.